I mean,
Orange County girls.
we're basically woo dudes.
How much?
Woo dudes.
Woo dudes.
Woo yeah, bro!
Hello and welcome to the Pixel Podcast. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Ethan.
This is the wrong time to pick that.
He did like a young Frankenstein.
I might put on the Ritz.
I was drinking a beer, but I am here.
And Ricardo,
Yo.
who's putting on the Ritz
in
as we speak.
Shut up, guys.
And once again, Amber is back.
I'm back.
Back again.
I got a dank haircut.
Look
I'm
who's
ready
back.
for this.
She's got a dank haircut all ready for this podcast, so everyone listening can see.
Yep.
This doesn't look great.
Looks great.
It looks amazing.
It's great.
Look how great it is.
What,
Just bask
what does
in
it
it.
look like? It looks like good. That's what it looks like.
Good haircut.
That's what she asked for. Make
Like,
it good.
please make a good haircut. And I'm like, okay, here you go.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I would do when I'm going.
Make it good.
Make it good.
Make
Well, geez, that's
Actually,
a big...
that's what you did right before my wedding.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
And
'cause
Good.
they're-
they failed.
No.
No, that's the thing is, no.
Good.
Like he went a couple days before the wedding, and they did fail. And then
Oh,
he went,
did
and then he's like, "This is a terrible haircut. I hate it." And then the day before the wedding, after the rehearsal, he's like, "I'll go get a haircut right now." And then he like
Yep.
went to a random place nearby and was like, "Make this good."
Say, give me the
Help.
Jonathan Taylor time.
Your boy
And
Brando.
they
Yeah.
did.
It's like, hey, what's good? What's big in the '90s for like kids? Give me that.
That one.
Give me the Eric from Boy Meets World.
I want what all
Fade
the,
it!
I want what all the children have.
Nice hair.
And the hair, I mean, that's
Jake Lloyd.
yeah. You gotta. That's a bowl
All
cut.
right, all right.
Bowl cuts were big.
I said good hair.
Wizard.
Is that a thing?
I carved it out of a Japor snippet.
Are you an
The
angel?
It'll
Ganshka.
bring you good fortune.
They live on the moons of Diego, I think.
You guys just sit in the mirror and
That's
practice your.
Sebulba.
It's working.
It's working.
All right, guys.
Mr. Qui-Gon, wait, I'm tired.
I saw your laser
Anakin,
sword.
drop.
I
Oh.
saw your laser sword.
That's all the quotes there
Alright,
are. Now this is pod racing. Okay, now that's all the quotes there are.
I tell you about me and Mike's concept. We were just gonna watch episode 1 over and over again
That's-
and call it "This is podcasting."
This is.
That's actually
we
not
really
bad.
like the name,
That-
but
that's
the
just-
idea of
but
it
you-
sounded
but you're-
terrible.
But you're
Yeah.
just stealing the idea from.
I know it is.
worst
That's
idea
why
of
we
all
did. That's why we
time.
did it.
What is your name, Brandon?
Hey.
Oh, he's not
Had to bring
here
him up.
to
Had to bring him up
defend
one time.
Take a drink every time we bring up someone who's on the podcast.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't mean that, but okay, well, we're doing
We're
that now.
We
yeah.
all did.
We didn't learn our lesson from last week, and we in fact have brought beer. Although Ricardo's message of "let's not bring 2 beers" is been listened to by himself, and he has brought 1 beer for each of us.
Yeah.
The difference is that he did bring a 9% alcohol.
1% higher to
than
do
la-
the
than
one
last
less
time.
beer.
To make all
Um,
the difference.
So since this is now a thing, Ricardo, since you brought it today, why don't you go
Okay.
ahead and talk about?
I brought today
Tell us about your
the
beer.
Brothers Thelonious from North Coast Brewing Company. They are the brewing company that makes the Old Rasputin Imperial Stout,
That's a good stout.
as well as the Scrimshaw Pilsner. This is it's got a little picture of Thelonious Monk on it.
Yeah, it does.
Because get it, it's a Belgian style Abbey ale like the monks would drink, and this is Thelonious Monk. Get it? Do you get it?
You get it.
but,
Supporting jazz education.
But yeah,
what it
yeah,
says.
that's what I do.
We got to
Uh,
acquire a taste for freeform jazz.
I actually went to a tasting of I was at like a random Whole Foods type place, and they were having a beer tasting, and it was North Coast, and I was like,
Whole
"Oh, I'm gonna sign up."
Foods?
Yeah,
It's at Whole Foods-esque.
Whole Food S. It wasn't actual Whole Foods. It was something like that.
Safeco.
It was like underground.
I don't know.
white
Winco.
flavor.
A smart and
Natural
final.
Foods with the FUD or something like that. You know, fancy.
Umlaut. Was
with
it-
the
was it
umlaut, yeah.
umlaut? Yeah, food.
I went there and I had that, and apparently at beer tasting you get kind of drunk, surprisingly.
What?
But it was cool.
You just
And
went to go get
had
groceries,
They
huh?
had this one called the Puck, which was like a super light, dry beer, which was awesome. Never been able to find it since then. They
Yeah,
like
no.
brought it out, and it was like, whoa! And then I haven't been able to
Well,
find it.
North Coast is NorCal. I'm not exactly sure the region, but they're pretty well represented at your local Southern
Isn't
California.
there a West Coast
Bevmo,
Brewing
and
too, or is Left Coast?
There's a
Left-
Lost Coast,
and there's
I
Lost
know.
Coast as
Jeez.
well.
Lots of
There is
coasts.
Left Coast as well. There's Left Coast.
You're gonna run out of craft brewing names after a while. There's
Yeah.
just so many
It's
Yeah.
cool
breweries
because
now.
it's got like a big sperm.
I'd rather have
whale.
too many craft
on the
brewing
logo.
places than not enough. Than
I guess.
not as many.
Word.
We went to a really cool while we were in the UK. We went to the Isle of Man, and there's a craft brewing place on the Isle of Man. And this island is like physically.
Is that the one with the 3 legs on it?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Or wait.
physically the size.
Yes.
It is. It is. It's physically the size of Orange County, the island itself, but it has like a population the size of like half of one of our cities
Yeah.
in terms of. It's a really small island, but it has this one craft brewing place on it, and it was like
By a guy
really
from like South
good.
Africa.
Yeah, it was like
randomly.
a really good local brewery.
What was the
and-
name of it?
Oh gosh, Ram's Head.
Yeah.
The
Sheep's Head?
no, the
No.
Sheep's Head was in Scotland. That was the
Oh
other
yeah.
place.
Too many heads.
Yeah.
I think
But it was,
They're
I think
like
it was Ram's Head.
coasts.
It was Ram's
Head
Head.
Coast. That's all right. We're gonna start a brewery. It's gonna be called Head Coast.
Head
That's not taken yet.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't make sense, but it's fine.
But we just got like, and then we went with my cousin because he'd been there before, and he's like, we'll have one of everything, and it was like, they had like 15 different kind of beers.
Oh, what?
And it's like we have one
That was for a
weekend. We have
weekend.
one weekend to drink all of
Oh,
these.
okay, okay. I
But
thought it was like one
but
sitting. I'm
also-
like,
But also in England,
I'm dead.
what are the size of these bottles? Like the American bottle size is like each
12
like
fluid
12,
ounces.
12
12
ounces.
ounces.
In England, they're all 16.
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
giant.
no,
bottles are
there are
60.
4 more. No, I was kidding. No, that's.
But that's
that's a-
sizable
adds
when
up,
you've
it
got
adds up.
15 bottles
Because
of beer.
that's a full
pint.
pint.
It's a
yeah.
full
Yeah.
pint.
That adds up.
Most
yeah.
they have bottles like this too, but almost all the ones that you normally see in stores are a full pint.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I almost brought an English beer, but then I was like, you know what? We'll go with this one.
Yeah,
instead.
this one's
That's a good
good.
choice. I like
It's
it.
tasty.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I
I give it 3.5 out of. No, I'm
We haven't really talked about the beer itself. We just talked about the picture on the front of the beer and how much alcohol
well,
it has.
it's
Belgian
Belgian style,
monk
a
style.
little,
It's a
yeah,
little
like,
sweet.
It's a little sweet. It's kind
It's
of
very strong.
Very strong.
You can
Yeah.
taste it.
Mm-hmm.
but
Not too hoppy.
no, it's not hoppy
No,
at
it's
all.
not hoppy at all.
Mhm.
Belgian style.
I dig it.
That's good.
I
I
give
like
it
Very
4 out of
malty.
5.
I will agree with you.
You said 3.5. I thought.
He
Well,
cha-
I
he
forgot
upgraded
we're
it.
not doing
We're
a
not
half
doing halves.
system.
Yeah, it's
That's
only-
lame.
That's lame. I give it a 3. That's because I don't like beer.
That's fine. It's not
Yeah,
bad,
I'm
then.
gonna
No,
go. I'm
it's
gonna
good.
go with 4 as well. The Belgian Abbey styles can be a little strong, but this one's a pretty solid one.
Just one. Just one.
Just one.
That's all you
Just
need.
1 star.
No, 4.
Mm-hmm.
4 stars.
4 stars.
Should we
And
talk about-
stripes.
Should we talk about video games?
What?
Should probably.
Video games instead of
Eh.
beer? We got the
Listen,
beer out of
man,
the way.
last year we talked about last week.
Last
Last
year.
week we talked about beer for 2 hours, and you may not have thought about that. You may not sound like we talked about beer
Oh
for 2
no, I
hours.
just got
but-
it from all that stuff. Boy, let me tell you about Factorio. Here we go.
Oh no! All right, Ethan, what's going on with Factorio?
Oh,
you
so
going?
I'm actually gonna talk about
so
it.
since last week, I went in. I mined
Continue to build factories.
factories, but I finished out all of my steel mine,
Nice.
so I had to go or I guess it's iron. I went and got all the iron out, so I had to be like, all right, well, there's this big iron thing
Have
over
you
here.
optimized your
So
build
now-
yet?
Well, now I finally have it optimized. So the way the research works is you have to create. There's like 4 levels of research type things you have to make, and I only need the first 2 for now. And I was able to make the first one automatically after a while, but it took me a long time to automate the second one. So now I just have a bunch of factories just pumping them straight into the labs, and they're automatically researching everything. So I'm getting mad research now.
Nice.
And it's
Aw,
all automated.
yeah.
And now
Automated research.
and now, finally, I just got lasers, so I'm upgrading all of my guns from needing ammo, which is boring, to just using electricity and
And also
shooting.
it costs a lot of resources.
It does. Getting rid of that stuff and just using laser guns
why
to
do you
shoot
need
all the
guns,
monsters.
Ethan?
Because these monsters are coming, they
Yep.
try to bite my stuff because they're like, "You're polluting the environment," and I'm like, "Shut up."
The giant bug things.
Yeah,
and
a
then
little
you
like.
shoot them with
Yeah,
lasers.
it is funny that like you're like this lone human on this planet, just developing this entire factory
Yeah.
by yourself, and there's all these bugs there. They're just like, what the hell's going on?
This
Like,
is our planet. What the heck?
I think it's a commentary on how the humans,
Oh.
do things in the environment.
They
But
kill
they also,
everything
but it
they
also
touch.
is like, but it feels really sad.
Doesn't it feel great
so
when you just
you
get that
should
perfect?
probably do
So
it.
like, yeah, that's one thing is, so I have my old factory which I need
Your
for
old
my
factory?
old section. I have like 2 sections now.
You smelled really
My
well
old
there.
factory and my new factory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you say
You
you
named
like
them?
abandoned your original factory?
I didn't really
'cause
abandon it. I
you're
made
just
it so
like,
it's self-sufficient and it's
I'm
just
outta
going to mine
here.
itself out. So I noticed the copper mine is starting to get low. So my next set is I have to go set up a new copper system. Actually, I already did that. Never mind, I forgot. I did that and just connected it
Jump
to the
ahead.
old one, and so
You
it
have
just
trains
goes the
yet?
same way. No, I don't have trains yet. I see where it's at, and
You
I'm
get
almost unlocked one of
trains.
them. I don't travel far enough. Well, actually, I just started getting to the point
Yeah, I
where
was
it's
gonna say,
like,
but
just
I
taking a
don't
little
think it's like
ways.
for you, and it's not even necessarily for you personally, but you can get like you can like put supplies on the train and have
Right.
it like from all the copper, just like load it all
Yeah.
on a train and have it go down.
That
to
might
your-
be useful because right now I have like this long
Conveyor
line
belt.
of
Yeah.
just not copper plates and copper wire all together going, and then the
Nice.
things just comes and you have these smart hands and they pick up the right stuff and put it in the right thing. Oh, it's so satisfying. And
I
every time
want
I
to see next
every
time
time I
next
play
time
it.
we're over at your house. I want to see your factory. I want to
Can't.
see where it's at. I want.
and I found out that game is multiplayer.
Oh
which
snap!
sounds amazing.
that actually does sound kind
because
of
then
cool.
it's like
that's like
everyone's just doing their own
that's
thing.
like
Wait,
Terraria.
Is it like you build your own thing, or is it like stupid like Sim City where it's like you have your own areas?
no, I
and
think
you
it's
can
I think
give-
it's everyone builds their own. Like,
On the
Okay, that
map,
sounds
they're on
cool.
the same map,
Yeah,
right?
that
same
sounds
map.
cool.
So you could run around and be like, you build this copper area up, and then I'll build this area over here.
All
and
right,
then-
and we'll get this thing going.
Yeah.
That sounds like it'd be pretty fun.
That sounds like it could be cool.
So I don't know. Gotta convince
Up to how many
someone to get
players?
it. I don't know. It didn't say. I just noticed
How much
it on
is
the
it
guess
thing.
again? I don't
four.
even know. You don't even know because I bought it for you.
It's $20.
Okay.
It's $20.
I'll see if it drops a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else who owns it. It's kind of a weird niche game that no
Yeah.
one's like, oh man, Factorio. Boy, building factory sure sounds enticing. It's like no one wants to do that. Except
There's
crazy
something
people.
satisfying about like
There is.
optimizing
Minute-
everything.
But
Maxing?
even when I saw it like in screenshots, I was like, oh, I heard I might like this game. I looked at it, I was like,
Doesn't look very
it's
nice.
kind of uggo.
Yeah.
Like it's
Uggo.
It's an
it's kind of an uggo game. I mean, it's okay looking. It doesn't look.
It's-
It looks better in motion, but in screenshots, it just looks like man, this
It's
looks
just
like
brown
butts.
and yeah.
It looks
It's
like it looks
true.
like an old game from like the 90s. Like
It looks
one
like
of those
Roller
top
Coaster
down,
Tycoon.
Like, yeah, like one of
Yeah.
those
A little,
old.
well better, but yeah,
Like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but more brown.
brown tycoon.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Just make brown stuff. Make everything down. This is
Oh, I already make brown stuff.
This is
Nice.
this is gross.
Speaking of things that are gross,
What's
I
gross?
also broke down after a while and bought Doom.
Oh,
Because I was not gonna buy it because I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was-
gonna get it. It's too much money.
but the hype, man, the
Gotta get
the
part of that hype.
zeitgeist.
But everyone said it's so good, and I love Zoom.
You
Zoom. I love Zoom.
Zoom,
you did.
Zoom,
You
Zoom,
didn't
Zoom.
like
He
Zoom.
loves to zoom and doom.
You like a
Zoom is
Zoomafoo, the old like
Yeah, you're
Discovery
right.
Channel kids show.
Yep.
I actually
Leap
like
and
Zoom,
Lemur.
the original TV show.
Oh,
with
I
the
do
kids,
remember
that,
Like
yeah.
doing handcraft stuff. I don't know.
Low budget.
I don't
Low
remember.
budge
Low
on
budget.
PBS.
All right. Anyway, Doom.
a
Surprised
game.
that game is great.
Please
I
understand.
love how much it's just like it mildly takes itself seriously, but not enough to actually care. So there's like a lot of parts where it's like, because I thought it was just gonna be completely like off the rails, like whatever, who
It's
cares?
not. It's
but
not.
it's like
It's not Saints Row silly.
No, it's not.
that
It's
silly,
like-
It's
but
more
it's very
grounded.
irreverent.
yeah, it's
still
very much like
it's still irreverent.
who
It's
cares
like-
about this stuff?
Yeah.
It's like taking
man,
a-
what can I say?
It's taking some stuff from like FPSs where it's like you've got to go here and do the thing, and your guys are just like punch the thing. I don't care about that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
run over
your
here anyway.
character
But then he
is-
does it,
Your
yeah.
He does it, but
character
he's just
is
like, shoot this thing now. I don't even need it.
your character just always seems like he's
Pissed.
like flexing something and is always like
He does everything
punches
in the
a
most
demon
manly
and,
way
like, knocks
possible.
their head off and
Always smashing heads. Always
Yeah.
smashing heads.
Never
So
stop smashing heads.
some things that are cool about
always
it
be
that
sma-
I
always
mean,
be smashing.
by now a lot of people have talked about it, and yes, it's irreverent. Yes, it's super fun to run around and shoot stuff. The mechanic switching between your
It's
chainsaw to
got
get
Satan
ammo
in it.
and doing the what are they called?
Glory
crap.
kills.
Glory kills. Switching that to get health. It's a really nice mechanic, really interesting.
It gives you a
Um,
reason to do the glory kills.
Exactly, as opposed where it's just like, oh, those just look cool, I guess. But
Yeah.
but now actually having to do them and getting a benefit of health, it's like, oh, I'm really low.
Yeah.
Time to kill this person.
And I feel like that's really cool that they managed to do that because it feels like that could have been like really annoying. Of like, oh, I have to do this to get health.
Well, it's
I
more
have to keep
impressive
doing
is
them.
how they use the chainsaw. So the chainsaw is just like a great way to just grab extra ammo in case you're like running low. Because every time you cut someone down with a chainsaw, just ammo just explodes out of them everywhere.
Oh yeah, I remember learning that in biology.
Yeah,
when you kill
biology.
down the hell spawn.
Only with the chainsaw though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Extremely
why.
goddamn
Of course.
That's why when we did dissections of the frogs, it didn't spew out ammo because we used a little knife. But
Exactly.
if we use the chainsaw later in the class, and that's when it's
That's when it gets
This
good.
section
That's
of
when
the
you get
frogs
to
is
the-
my favorite opera.
That's
It's a good Studio Ghibli film. Dissection of the Frogs.
Dissection
That
of
was his
frogs.
darker work, though. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying.
It was
It's like
after-
Graveyard of the Fireflies.
I feel like
Very
Christian Bale was an odd choice to voice the English version.
much.
but-
Yeah, but that was him doing his real like English accent though. So a lot of people didn't know at the time that it was even him until like it's only like after the fact. Oh, that's Christian Bale. Wow.
Mhm.
And hearing
point, he
Kirsten
g-
Dunst so young as the dissected frog.
One
was,
point he just
a little
like
shocking.
goes on a screamy diatribe.
That wasn't
About
supposed to be in the
some,
film. You know.
oh,
yeah,
man.
that was ironic that.
I
made the
did. I
cut.
knew I shouldn't have watched the director's cut.
Anyway,
Doom.
something that's really cool about this game, that's interesting.
Demons are cool.
Well, demons are cool. Ever heard of that? No, there's a lot of jumping and stuff. A lot of navigating the environment to look around and find secrets, which I never actually did in much in the original Doom.
Mhm.
I was
Well,
kind of
'cause
just like running
it's-
through it.
It's pretty flat.
Isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
pretty
you
flat.
can't
There are
look
secrets
up
in the
or
original
anything.
Doom.
You
There's
can't look
lots
up
of-
in the original Doom.
Yeah, but there are secrets in there.
There
and
are.
hidden walls and all that kind of stuff. And this
Yeah.
game
This game
harkens back a lot to that. right?
harkens back to it, but it also makes it a little bit easier. So like one of the early upgrades is you get a what is it called? Like a scanner type thing, and then I kept upgrading that, put it all in there so you can see it on the map. So I like look around. The last level I played last night, I just sat and just pretty much beat the level. Got to the very end where you hit the button and you go to the next section, and just went around. Just was like, I'm just gonna search stuff, and this is gonna be great. Oh, I found so much stuff. I found a little Doom man. They gave you these unlocks, these little Doom figures.
Little bobbleheads.
And every time you pick them up, it plays the Doom theme song. There's also
pretty good.
the
Which is
secret.
like- which is
Yeah. It's really quick.
all the combat is just.
Oh, the combat sounds great. It's so like it's like weird industrial metal with like
dubstep thrown in.
yeah with dubstep thrown in.
It's
Just
like super 90s.
super 90s in like a weird way.
Yeah.
Besides the dubstep, that's
Yeah,
that's a 2016 flair.
That's the twist.
He goes,
That's just Mad Max.
So about so has the story gone any kind of weird, interesting ways, or you just don't care?
It's just like
you're just like
think
the,
that- I
you're
mean,
just
it-
like the guy. in
it's
you're
there.
not
there.
supposed to
It's
care.
there, but it's just very generic. It's just like
we,
this lady. We were researching hell demons, and this lady
for the
went.
betterment of
And this lady went,
mankind.
and we were using it as like to power Earth, and
That
it was
sounds
going,
bad.
it was going great. But then this lady decided to unleash the hell demons on everyone because she wanted to study them even more, or something like that. She's crazy. Stop her.
Is she the one that there's all the little like
She looks like Tilda
holographs?
Swinton.
Yeah, she's-
yeah, okay, yeah. She's the one there's all the holographics of in the beginning.
I think you mean
Yeah.
Hillary Swank.
Those are two completely different people. She's not like Jennifer Gardner at all.
That's
Um,
right. That's the one I'm thinking of.
What else is there?
Wait, okay, so is that why in the beginning it says, is it like demon possession unstable or demon?
Invasion in progress.
Oh, yeah.
Demonic invasion in progress and like demonic presence at unsafe levels.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
Walking
more
down
sense.
Area.
I was like, what's the safe level
It's
of
dumb,
demonic
but
That's the
presence?
joke, I think.
It's dumb, but it's really great.
That's pretty good.
Did you get to any of the levels of the old Doom?
Yes.
the
So
old
if you go
Doom
to like
style?
different areas, there's like these
you can find
kind of hard to
secrets.
find switches, and you find them, you pull them open, and then somewhere in that level they're going to open up like an original Doom level area.
Like,
So you
literally
walk
the same
in,
graphics.
and it's just old school graphics. and it's
Except-
like you've unlocked this.
you can look up.
You can look. You
Yeah.
can look up, and all the monsters inside are real. But that unlocks original Doom levels in the game, so you can actually play through the full level in like the start menu.
That's
with
pretty
just,
cool.
like,
in the new style though.
I
or-
think
or is
I haven't tried it yet,
okay.
but I think it's in the new style.
Is it like Doom 1 or Doom 2?
It might be both. I feel like it's mostly one though. From ones I've seen, it looks like they give you a little subsection in the level you're in. But I think if you go back in and play the whole game, it'll be the whole thing. And I think it's all Doom 1 so far. But that's a really neat throwback to that. Just the way the upgrade system works is really cool. So you find like these robots, and they will give you.
You punch the robot.
You punch the robot. You take its stuff. You
Always
punch the
punch.
robot, and you upgrade. Like you get like 2 different things for each gun.
Yeah, two
and
different.
And the way
like,
to switch
modes.
it out is you hit the well, for me, the R key, which is the reload key typically. So it's really weird to be like, because I'm so used to playing so many FPS games. You don't have to reload in this game. So you just keep shooting. And sometimes I'm like, all right, I got to reload. This is great. And it just swaps out to a different part. So example, the shotgun has a grenade launcher and a triple fire mode, which are both pretty interesting in their own ways. But you upgrade each of them individually as you there's like 3 challenges per map, which are different. They're like get glory kills on someone, find this like 3 secrets or something like that, and then one of them is and then you get like 5 points also from just doing like combat, just murdering everything. So it's a really interesting upgrade system. And then at the end, when you almost max out your weapon, there is a end challenge skill. So it's like for right now, for example, the grenade launcher is hit like 20 imps directly and kill them with
Ooh.
the thing, which is not that hard, but it's an interesting way to kind of
Yeah. Can encourage you to keep playing a certain...
let you finish that type of weapon.
It's gonna let you finish.
I already got like a whole bunch of guns. I got the pulse rifle already, got the rocket launcher.
Yeah, there's no weapon limit either, right?
Yeah, no, none of
Oh,
that.
so you can just carry them all,
carry them
all
all,
the time?
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Is there a BFG?
Not
in
yet.
this?
I bet
I'm sure there will be. There has to be.
The big force gun.
The big force gun.
Big force gun.
The big
Have you
friendly
killed a
giant.
cyber demon?
Not yet. The closest thing I got to, what are they called? Hell guards or something? Hell demons? Those are the biggest guys.
Hell
Bar-
demons.
like barons? Barons of
Aren't
hell?
they all hell
Kinda
demons?
like
Pinky
that.
demons.
No pinkies yet.
No pinky
Oh.
demons?
Not yet. I haven't seen the Cackle demons. I haven't seen...
You haven't seen Kega demons?
There's
Not yet.
definitely Caco demons in the game. I've seen the
Oh, I
screenshots.
would definitely... I've
And
seen
they're
screenshots
pinkies.
too.
I've heard people
There's
talk
got to
about
be.
them.
I have not gotten that
What
far
level
yet.
are you on?
Like 5 or something.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
play. I didn't play it that long. I played enough to be like I get about 3 hours in or so.
Rip and tear.
I just want to go home and play that game. I mean, Overwatch
no.
came out today.
was gonna
Overwatch.
say.
Yeah,
just
don't lie to me.
came
You're
out.
not gonna go home
no,
and play that
if
game.
it wasn't for the social pressure of Overwatch,
Really?
You
I
can
would
say
totally
it's
go home and just
impressive.
play
That's
games.
really,
I've already
that's
played a
really-
bunch of Overwatch.
That's a really good game.
I played a ton of Overwatch.
That's true. You're
And-
done with Overwatch, is that what you're saying?
No. I want to play
is-
Overwatch
oh,
still.
It's just-
so
You
You
that's
heard it
the
here
news
first.
ago.
Overwatch
Ethan,
is dead.
Ethan is done with Overwatch before the
Battleborn
game is
the
even
new
out.
Overwatch.
Well, I definitely won't be playing the multiplayer in Doom because I played the beta and I was like,
I was gonna say, how's the
Yeah.
multiplayer?
I don't know. I played the beta and was like,
Everyone was super unimpressed by that.
it's okay.
How's the snap map?
I haven't played that yet. I heard that's all right though.
I've heard all I saw was on was on launch day where no one had made anything good yet, but it seems like it's literally like Little Big Planet style if you can make almost anything with it.
That seems all right. I wanna check that out.
Someone
But
made like a shooting gallery. Someone made like a weird timer, where it's just like, here's a timer. You shoot this thing, it counts down to 10. It doesn't do it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole
Huh.
map. But like, it's a thing that you like. The fact that you can
It's like Little
you
Big
could
Planet,
tweak it that much
basically.
is
Yeah.
kind of makes you could do some interesting things with that, I suppose.
Then someone's gonna make a level of the Titanic, and then someone's gonna make.
the
Super
Indiana Jones
Mario
ride.
World
Yeah.
1-1.
Yep. 1-1
Uh-huh.
in Doom.
So another thing I want to mention is the graphics are really good and it runs
It looks
really
really good.
well. I didn't
60
expect it.
FPS, well, on consoles, I think, and it looks nice on the PC.
It's weird because I was looking at it and I saw screenshots. I was like, this game looks all right, but in motion it looks so much better because
Yeah,
everything's
I
moving so
agree.
fast.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, look at all the stuff that's happening. This is crazy.
Yeah, and
It's a
the demons kill really good.
The demons kill very nice.
Yeah,
It's a
and just the animation. Like I feel like it's weird because I feel like there's a couple of frames missing in some of their animations just because of like how like
Quickly.
fast and like jerky kind of your guy
Yeah.
moves. Like it, but it's like it works because of the how fast the combat.
Totally.
is.
It totally works like that. There's also kind of like a hell like trials, and I like to think of it as like Bayonetta, how you'd unlock certain things by going to like these trials and doing them real quick. There's something similar
like
to that. in-
like kind of like a side thing in the middle of
yeah,
an area,
where it's
of the
like you
middle of the
stop,
ga-
you
of
load
the
into a
level.
different section, and it's like shoot 20 barrels in 5 seconds or something with this pistol. But every time you shoot a barrel, it gives you like 2 seconds or whatever.
I feel like I haven't heard something like that since like GameCube, Xbox.
Yeah, it's
days.
it's kind of a throwback, but it's super fun still. Like
That's
I don't know
cool.
why I mean, it breaks the flow a little bit, I guess, but
Donkey Kong used to do it,
Have you been playing?
where you find the little bonus barrels.
Oh yeah,
Have
that's
you been
right.
playing with mouse and keyboard? Or?
yeah, yeah. I play. It's weird because usually I play FPS game. Well, not FPS games. I guess like third person. A lot of games on my PC with a controller.
Mm-hmm.
Especially single
But
player.
this one
Especially
I-
it doesn't matter. Single player is like.
Yeah, I was
not
like, who
as-
Yeah.
cares?
you're
But
not
this one,
playing
I'm
as
like,
people.
I feel like Doom wants me to play with the mouse. It's Doom.
numpad only.
It's Doom. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You have to give it the right respect it deserved.
Last thing is, the only time I've died is by jumping, because jumping is hard, and I'm really bad at it. And thinking like I could make that,
Oh.
and then I die, follow my
I
death.
mean, first-person platforming is always going to be a
But that's the thing is
That's-
it's very easy in this game, so you feel like you can. It's very generous with like because you can grab on the ledges and pull yourself up, so it's very generous in that sense. But I'm just bad at like seeing like, oh, I could bet I could fit. Oh no, there's an easier ledge right next to it that I could
And
jump on,
There it goes, and there I die.
and there I'm dead.
then
But
you fall in the lava and you do the
Oh,
Terminator
no.
2.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, there's some special death. There's a couple other ones too. I think there's like special death animations.
That's the one. That's the one I know.
I think that's the
yeah.
one
That one's pretty
I
good.
did not see that one yet, but I've heard about it.
You will.
Unless I never die because I'm so good.
You right.
Too pro.
Too
bro.
pro. I'm playing
Too-
on normal
too pro, bro.
difficulty. Come
Yeah.
at me, bro.
360 headshot.
No scope.
There's no. What do you mean normal? You mean hurt me plenty?
Oh yeah, hurt me plenty. Sorry.
And
Which I've been hurt.
Ultra
plenty.
violent.
Ultra violence.
nightmare, and there's the
Go
Ultra
easy on me or
Nightmare.
something.
Yeah.
Was it like
Man, that game is great. I love it.
10 stars.
I haven't beat it yet.
Bethesda-
Review tentative.
Review.
Bethesda
Early impressions are
published
positive.
a couple pretty good shooters so far. No.
Yeah, between that and Overwatch, I got a good single player and a good multiplayer game coming out. that I'm playing, so.
Perfect. Why even play the
what's
games
that?
the rest of the year?
What was that multiplayer shooter that Bethesda published with the parkour?
Brink.
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 Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
some great
gosh.
shooters.
I remember people were so excited for Brink, and then it flopped.
Specifically, Brandon was so excited
Yeah.
for Brink. He was very, very, very excited for Brink.
Oh, it looks
Take a
good.
drink.
Please get. He's
Take
like,
a
man, we should get this. We can all play
Take a
together.
drink.
As we mentioned,
Oh, yeah.
Brandon.
It's a good thing. All I could think about what you guys were talking about that stuff is a good thing Brandon's not here because demons were involved and his mom would get mad.
Showing them play the Pokemon.
Yeah, this game is very reverent. It's pretty crazy. They're just like, yeah, we just use the demons to generate power.
We just wanted to
They seem
Like the
better.
mission I did, it's like, are you sure you want to just stop this? You don't know what you're doing. You're gonna stop our power source to Earth, and you just go "Meh," and just punch it real hard and grab it out. And he's like, you don't know what you've done, and he just smashes it in his hand, throws it on the ground, just goes to the next level.
Feels like the only way the Doom Marine knows how to communicate is punching.
Yeah,
He
I
just-
will 100% agree with
or
that.
shooting.
Or shooting.
True.
Violence. He likes violence.
Violence. It's the way. It's the language. It's the universal language.
It's the language of
Mankind
love.
speaks that language.
It's
all
violence
around.
everywhere, even in the streets. When you get back into Street Fighter.
Oh
and you
no!
do
I
pretty
forgot
good
you
at it.
still had that to talk about.
Nah, it's not much to talk about. Just
You
play
beat a
it.
silver.
back.
You beat a silver player the other
I'd
day.
be a silver player.
Nice.
Moving up slowly but
Getting
surely.
better.
I rage quit though at
You better
stupid
than
Ryu's all
Ricardo
the time.
Ryu!
I can never.
You gotta
Ryu-
learn to play against Ryu,
I
the
know.
basic guy.
That's a pretty important
I know.
That's gonna be important later on.
But I beat the hell out of Laura, and that was fun. That's Laura, so who cares?
Boom.
Anyway, that's me.
That's
I'm
you.
done. But that's all my video games.
Ricardo, what have you been playing?
Speaking of ultra violence and manly men, I played all the way through God of War 3 Remastered for the PlayStation 4. I had never played God of War 3 yet.
And anger. Oh, you hadn't played that.
I hadn't played because
you didn't have PS3.
yeah, because I did really dumb like progression of playing of upgrading my consoles in that I started with a Sega Genesis and then I went to a
Oh, no, we're
Nintendo.
going all the way back to the beginning.
I went to a Nintendo 64, then to a Sony PlayStation 2, then to a Microsoft Xbox 360, and then finally back to Sony or whatever. But I missed the whole generation, the epic conclusion to the God of War series.
I feel like that's what Sony realized. That's where like, hey, we got this Uncharted collection for you too.
Yes.
Like all these popular games on
Yeah,
the last console,
exactly.
they're all back. I'll play them. Last of Us.
Look
like
who's
that game.
back.
Um.
And he's very angry, isn't he?
Oh, Kratos is mad. He's really mad.
That's
He's real mad.
You know what's different about that from the last two games? This one?
This
Nothing.
time he's this time he's just a
This time
dick
he's
to
in
everybody.
HD. This time he's in HD.
Here's the thing. I really like the God of War franchise. I liked God of War 1. God of War 2 is great. I played Chains of Olympus on the PSP and beat it. That one's actually
They're fun little action games.
really good.
They're not bad.
And
They're not
so
game of. They're not Hall
God-
of Fame.
Oh, they are. The first one, come on. God of War 3 though. Man, Kratos, like this game came out in 2010. So it's like 6 years old by now. But it also
was
is
that
ki-
recent? Man, it feels like it's like 2007.
it's
or something
kind of it
It's pretty recent. It's on PS3.
it's pretty recent, but at the same time you
So
can
yeah, I feel
I
see
like-
played it
very
at Comic Con. I'm
like that. I feel like
pretty
it was like
sure.
2007.
you
that it
can
came
see
out.
very much like the kind of narrative shift a lot of games have taken in just recent years, because this game this game so desperately wants to paint its protagonist as a badass, and like how like cool it is
he's
that
so
he
badass.
how cool it
He's
is
doing
that he
something.
like doesn't care about anything except he cares about his wife and his daughter, which you know already for like 4 games up to this point, because 2 freaking PS2 games and a PSP game. And it's just like
But what happened to his wife and daughter?
Oh, he kills him. He
What?
killed him
Why did he? But he cares about him so much.
because Ares tricked him.
Oh no!
That
And so that's
trickster.
why
That
the whole
Ares-
game.
I hope Ares gets his.
That's
just
why
desserts.
the whole series has been about him killing Ares, except for he kills Ares in the first game. So every single game they have to make up a new reason for why Kratos is still mad. so in the second one, you kind of it's somewhat convincing. It isn't convincing. The second one, because
It's like when Kratos is being a big dick, right?
Well,
and
'cause
then
at the-
Zeus is like, well, "You're not gonna be a god anymore." Then,
yeah,
And
because
he's-
at the end of God of War 1,
you kill
there-
Ares.
you kill Ares, and then he's like, Athena, now take away these memories of me murdering the people I love. And Athena's like, I never said I would do that. I just say that we would forgive you for your sins. And then he's like, oh, then I'm going to kill myself. And she's like, no, you're not. We're going to make you the God of War because you're a real cool guy, Kratos.
What could go wrong?
But
You've
see,
hit the
thing
right
is
amount of
that
mad.
the way that it ends, it's funny because the way that God of War 1 ends is with Kratos sitting on the throne as the God of War. And it's like, and for centuries beyond this.
And it's just like World War II. Doesn't
Yes,
it,
it shows like modern
it doesn't-
conflicts
it
and a bunch.
shows-
It's like for centuries beyond this, people would look to Kratos for with the war and stuff. And I'm
Glad they
like,
got Morgan
that
Freeman
was
to play that.
completely
No, it's a lady.
that was completely retconned in
Because
in 2 and
doesn't-
3.
It shows like the pictures of like the Civil War, like the Napoleonic
Yes.
War, and like
It
and,
shows-
like,
The
and then
idea
modern
that he was the God of
conflict and
War
stuff.
just
Yes.
being God.
But then in God of War 2, it's like, no, Kratos is being a douche because he's still mad and
and he's still killing he's still
Yes.
destroying everything.
yes, basically he's just taking Sparta and being
He's
like,
doing the thing
"We're
that he's doing the
awesome."
thing that Ares did in the
Yes, pretty
in the
much.
last game.
And so
all the gods were like,
So the
all the
gods-
gods were like, Ares is out of control. He keeps creating war everywhere and destroying everything. Quick, Kratos, you kill him. All right. Now you're the god of war.
really-
What could go
and
wrong?
then he does the same thing. Then they kill him, and then all of a sudden you're supposed to think that like Kratos
got
is-
betrayed.
is
Betrayed by the
betrayed,
go-
and
by the
he's like,
gods.
whatever. And so at the end of that game, Kratos frees all the Titans, and he leads
Remember the
an
Titans?
assault. Yeah, they did a little dance number before, and then they started climbing up Mount Olympus. So that's where this game starts.
Yeah, the bad
is all the
cliffhanger, right?
Titan-
And the two had
yes.
that terrible cliffhanger. Everyone hated
And
that.
this is where the 3 begins. Is they're climbing up Mount Olympus.
Wait, that's how 2 ended?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Without like concluding that story.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
without-
like-
Oh, that's the worst.
He's like, Zeus, your son has come home.
Oh, right, because he's like Zeus' son.
Well, fine, everybody's Zeus'
Yeah,
son.
'cause
I'm
Zeus
Zeus'
banged,
son.
Zeus banged everybody.
and
Yeah.
everything.
everything.
God of Thunder, am I right?
Yeah. But regardless,
Thunder down under.
and then about 10 minutes, or maybe it's like 20 minutes, into this.
Thunder in his underpants.
So,
Nice.
about 20 minutes into God of War 3,
Doesn't kill
Do you have
Kratos
sex yet?
is
Do you have
got-
sex yet? Is there a sex mini
no,
game yet?
there's actually they actually wait till about the final third of the game.
Whoa.
to have it. But it is
Restraint.
the most gratuitous, stupidest sex scene in the entire series.
Who does he have sex with?
He has sex with
Aphrodite,
Aphrodite,
yeah.
actually.
Oh,
Because
Who is
the only god who's not evil is the one who wants to have sex with you.
actually Hephaestus, who is
oh right,
Aphrodite's
yeah.
husband, is
Yeah.
not evil. But then he does one thing that's like bad, and then Kratos kills him. So he's actually voiced by Rip Torn, by the way.
Oh, really? Is he like?
Festus?
It's like,
if you
shout out Kratos, huh?
if
Let
you-
the kids have fun.
if you can dodge a harpy, you can dodge a ball.
Let the Kratos have fun.
But I like to drink my urine because it's sterile and I like the taste. No, but anyway, yeah, okay. Should I talk about the sex scene?
Yes.
Yes.
Should I talk about
I mean,
the
that's
sex
what we're
scene?
here for, right?
That's
You
wait.
come for the video
Hold
games,
on,
stay for
everybody,
the sex
kids.
scene.
If you're listening to this podcast, it's time
Ask
for
your
you.
parents.
It's time for you to cover
Hey,
your ears.
You know what?
Start up.
What
the-
if they need to
and,
talk
and
to their
ignore
mom
our
and dad?
beer review that we did earlier, by the way.
beer's not good, but beer's yucky.
Yeah,
don't
you won't like beer as a
you don't
kid
like-
anyway.
Soda is so much nicer. It tastes sweet.
Heroes
Drink-
don't do bad.
I mean, we did
drugs.
say this tastes sweet, but it's
Drink
not sweet
milk,
like a
kids.
soda.
But anyway, okay, so this sex scene.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
All right, so
I'm listening.
you walk,
Go on.
you just walk into a random room,
Yeah?
and then all of a sudden there's 3 chicks on
Dude,
bed
Dude, nice.
doing stuff.
Oh,
Together, they're
Ooh.
all semi-naked.
Lesbian stuff.
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
And then so Kratos just walks in, and then all of a sudden, one of them apparently is Aphrodite, and she's like, "Girls, leave! Like, there's the man here. Leave." And so
You were just like appetizers.
I was gonna say she knows what she prefers.
Yeah.
and so she's like, "Oh, just Kratos, you don't know how to operate those bridges outside, do you? Because only my husband knows the secret to those things, but he's useless. He's not a real man like you." And I'm paraphrasing, but this is kind of what she said.
Same
Kind of
voice.
what she said. Yes, maybe not the same voice, but basically.
But basically.
And so Kratos is like, for some reason I don't want sex today. And she's like, "No, come on." And he's like, and then you actually, this is one semi-refreshing thing about this game, is it gives you the option to say yes or no.
So obviously you
can-
said no, right?
No, of course not. I said yes.
You had to see where this
I
rabbit
had to
hole
see where
goes.
this is going. And so, so you say yes.
Wait, was the prompt just like, do you want to have sex? Yes
Basically.
or no? Nice.
Ricardo's in
Yes
these
or
games
no?
for the plot, though. Let's
then
be
so I
clear
say
about
yes,
this. Let's be clear
And
about
then so
this.
it gives you the little circle prompt. And
You
then
care about the characters. You care about the sex.
and
It's
then-
true.
And so, like, she lays down, and then it kind of pans over to the side of the room while you
Which
guys
is what
are
it does in the
having
other games,
Yes,
right? Like,
except that it pans over to the half, like, mostly naked girls that
That she
that
like,
she shoot away,
yeah.
and she and they're watching, and they're making comments the whole time. She's like, "Is he going to? Oh my God!"
What the heck?
Wow.
And then they are like, "I'm so jealous of our mistress," and they start getting turned on by you doing quick time events on the screen. Which
Boy, oh
involve
baby,
you-
maybe I hit
which
Y at the right
involve you,
time.
rotating the stick and then waggling the stick and then hitting circle a bunch
No,
of times.
that's how sex works.
Just like how
Continue.
it's really done.
Yep.
And then so they get turned on that they end up having sex.
Wow.
So wait, does it show them having sex, but not you and
She
Aphrodite having
pushes
sex?
one of the girls pushes the other over and then jumps on top of them, and then it goes back to you and Aphrodite, and then you get a bunch of experience orbs, and then that's what
What a
That's-
weird scene.
Every time I've had sex, it's
that
always
was-
been a bunch of experience.
that
words.
was-
I've gotten. There's been a lot of experience.
a lot
going
of
on.
experience.
that
orbs.
was really awkward because I'm just
So
like,
weird.
this feels like they wouldn't do this today. Like, I feel like today
Oh, like if this game
would
came
be-
out today.
this would be a lot
Even
bigger
2010.
Of a deal. Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Man, that game came out in 2010. That seems
I
recent.
think the game
That
came out in
seemed-
2010.
Yeah, it feels like
Dang.
2007 was when
I feel
that
like
game
that was
came out.
inappropriate circa 2010.
So
It was
that-
just a holdover because they had him in the first two.
Also, I mean, if it's his character, I guess, and like those games have always been sort of like
What
that.
character? The character of angry guy.
Angry guy who likes to bang, dude.
yeah.
Bang
Gets
dudes.
experience
He likes
from
to bang.
And that,
They should have made
that's gay.
They should have made Kratos bang a dude at one of these.
No,
That-
but
that
no,
would be
but,
really
no, but,
funny.
But,
That'd be
but that's
great.
but Ethan was joking. But that's the real reason why he never does bang a dude. Is no, dude, that's so gay.
yeah.
Despite the
Kratos is like a super badass.
Except
He's
for
like
the fact that the
toy
ancient,
cool, he
Greek,
wouldn't,
the ancient Greeks
no, they
totally
were they
just
were
had
they were
sex
really
with
they were
that
really into
everybody.
that. They were really into that.
That'd be a
we
great.
have
That'd be
vases
great.
that depict just that.
But other than weird sex mini games, this game's
Go on.
actually the combat.
I like how
is-
that's the first thing we talked
No,
about.
that was a good one. I never heard about that. I always want to
it-
hear.
the,
He's
the
always
combat
curious.
is super sharp.
Ethan's satisfied now.
I'm good. I can go home now.
Get all those experience orbs. But the combat is super duper sharp. I still love that. God of War, when it does best is it presents like combat encounters like a combat puzzle. Like there'll be this type of enemy and this type of enemy, and then like 3 of this other type of enemy, and you have to kind of figure out what's the best way to dispatch them, or sometimes there's some sort of other environmental hazard going on, and the combat's really, really tight and satisfying as usual. The quick time events aren't like my
Super quick
favorite
time?
thing, but like
They've always been
they're
Yeah, I mean, like,
And they're-
at the time that game, or the first one at least, that was a bit more of a
Novel.
unique
Yeah.
novelty.
Yeah, because-
I mean, it wasn't the first game to do it, but it was definitely
yeah,
popularized.
it's just
that.
in this one specifically you realize
finishing
how
move.
many times the amount of times you see the same kind of finishing move over and over again, it really loses its punch. So, but I think one of the things that all 3 God of War main titles have done really well is the sense of scale in the levels. as
There's
well
some
as
good level design. in
yeah,
these
the
games.
level design is still really really sharp in this third installment. In fact, there's like a really cool level. There, like the best things it does is when you're interacting with the Titans while still fighting like enemies on
Not on the best
like
in the beginning.
yeah on the surface. Like there's in the beginning, and then there's a boss fight with the Titan Kronos where you're climbing all over him and
I think that's one
and
I've
attacking
seen.
like
Yeah.
attacking enemies on him, and then like
And then you're attacking parts of him and stuff.
yeah. Like you pull his fingernail off. That was kind of gross. And honestly, it left me with at certain points just being like, I wonder how they did that. Like, I wonder how they made this fully fleshed out, fully detailed character model, like that you then fought on with your like fully fleshed out like character model with no like load times in between, just seemingly zooming in and out and looking around and stuff. Like, I don't know
That's
how
a
they
good point.
The power
still
of the
don't know.
PS3.
Yeah, the power of the PS3. Yeah, a lot of it feels definitely still like like it was a tech demo from like new hardware that
Yeah.
people had gotten, or like the perfection of this hardware that they had designed in house. You know, because obviously it's a Sony Entertainment Studios game.
So they're showing off all the stuff that tech
Mhm.
could do.
Yeah, but it was interesting because after I beat the game, they unlocked a development like diary with it. And
We wanted Kratos to really have a lot of sex in this one, but we decided
no, but
for just
it's
one
funny
really
because
good sex scene
because
instead.
even as dumb as the first and the second one were, like this one felt like really dumb, and like it felt like really
the sex scene or the
everything.
no, because the sex scenes in the other games weren't plot related. They were
Yeah,
just like they're
exactly.
just like
Well, I don't know.
here's some girls want to bang them. All right,
It's like
This
sure.
one didn't sound
I
super
actually
plot
I really like the
related.
first one just because it was like, this is his character. He sucks to bang, dude.
Yeah,
dudes.
and then it
Thanks
just
to
No,
kinda-
no,
God.
no, no,
And then it
bro, that's gay, bro. Hey, no way, bro. Bro. No way, bro.
It's totally badass. This game is so cool. You like have sex with a bunch of chicks, and then you like like kill a monster and rip its throat out. It's like coolest thing.
And then you're like banging through. I'm like, I'm sorry, no, that doesn't happen. I'm sorry. That's
but
cool.
like
What I'm saying?
that's the
Hey,
thing
I
is
like to
like
bang dudes.
it's
okay.
like it's like
Just one actually.
God, it's just the one.
Just the
dude,
one. Just the one dude actually.
You learned something new today, Matt.
But anyways, but like this one felt
We'll talk later.
this one felt really like dumb in terms of like, and it felt weird. Like the story swerved in like a weird direction, and stuff didn't make sense to the other two games.
How would you like the ending?
And it
'Cause,
was
I mean, it's
stupid.
a 7-year-old game,
was
so I feel like we can
stupid.
talk about the ending.
It was
right?
really bad.
It's a terrible
Well,
It's a
ending.
terrible.
I never heard the ending.
Yeah,
Please
what-
tell
what's
me.
the
Dude,
ending?
the ending is
The
so
ending makes no sense.
so weird.
If you haven't played, you have to have. If you've played
I
the other
played
two,
one.
if you've played the other two games, the ending
Doesn't
makes a little bit of sense
It
and it's
doesn't
terrible.
even.
And if you haven't played any, if you haven't like seen the endings of the other two games, it doesn't make any sense at all.
So how does it end?
Okay, so that ends basically the other like
You
the,
kill all the gods.
you kill all the gods. The first
Shocking.
game, what happens is you have to find Pandora's box,
Right.
and inside of it is the power to kill a god. But they retconned it in this one that not only is there power to kill a god in there, but
Dude, like-
Zeus locked away all the evils of the world into this box. So actually, when he opened it in the first one, the reason why Zeus killed you and everybody was acting kind of like a dick was because you released all the evils and they infected the gods. And so it was a good thing that you did. You weren't Kratos. You weren't being a dick of killing all these gods. You-
But like,
it was stupid.
and then also Athena, who's been like your only ally in
Yes.
the entire game, also is like, by the
Suddenly
way,
t-
I'm evil now too.
No, that's
Like,
the thing is like she was like, but you still have the power within the box to kill a god, which was like a really non-abstract version of hope, and you still have it inside you. You need to give it back to me because only I know how to give it to the rest of mankind and repair everything that like happened right now and stuff. And Kratos is like, there was nothing in the box, Athena. What are you talking
Wait,
about?
what's in the box?
And then she's like, no, you gotta give it to me, Kratos, because I'm bad now, suddenly.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Kratos
Okay.
is like, guess what? I'm dead. And he kills himself.
Wait, what?
Wait, he kills himself?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
so Kratos, after killing all the gods, here's
Except for
this-
Athena.
Except for Athena, because
Alright.
she's a ghost, because she already died in 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
She's
She
a
gets-
ghost.
she gets
Wait, how's she
killed.
dying too? Oh, God.
Wait,
okay.
didn't you have sex with her?
No, that's the thing. She
No, you
jumps
don't,
in the
no.
way of you killing Zeus
Zeus.
in 2 because of reasons, and then in
Yeah.
the
She
third
has a
one,
reason.
literally in the first like half hour,
She's like,
you
"You gotta kill
gotta
Zeus."
kill Zeus and all the gods, and he's like, I thought you didn't want me to do that, and she's like, I changed my mind.
It's now I'm evil. Now I, yeah.
So this game gets an award for writing, right?
And so
Yeah.
Athena's like,
You heard the
you
sexy
need,
dialogue.
you need to get that back, Kratos.
Pretty good.
And then he's like,
I like how your voice for obnoxious women is the same no matter who the character is. You gotta get him back.
and
Like,
Kratos is like, no, bitch. And then he kills himself, which releases apparently hope into the atmosphere.
Hope?
And
What is this,
yeah,
Pokemon?
like the love
the
of that
essence
whatever.
of like human hope.
because
Because
there's the evil was
Because you know,
the
if,
evil
Kratos,
was
if there's one
the evil
person to
was
kill
released-
themselves and release hope, it's definitely Kratos.
No,
The
there's
evil-
God of
there's a
War.
throwaway character in this that is basically in it just so she can die, so that Kratos can learn another lesson. Because apparently he hasn't had enough women die in his life.
Yeah, because that's the only reason that men learn lessons
It's
is
because
when
women die.
when women who are objects die
Yeah.
in front of them.
Man, this game's great.
No, she reminded me of my daughter Calliope. But anyway, so Kratos stabs himself. He is like
Because he had
releases-
the thing inside
he
of
has
him.
the thing inside of him. It
love.
releases into the atmosphere, and then Athena's like, "No, they won't know what to do with it." And
I
he's
need
like,
to control everyone because I'm evil now.
And he's like, "I don't care, I'm dead." And so Kratos dies, and then halfway through the credits, it shows you the spot where Kratos died, except now there's just like a blood stain and then like a drag mark off a cliff, and it's like, oh, he not dead. That's why I snapped. I was like, he not dead. He not dead.
Hey, didn't they come out with the God of War?
They're
4?
developing it right now.
Okay, that's
it's apparently going to be Kratos kills Norse mythology now.
I'm gonna
Is it
kill
still gonna be
everything.
Kratos?
That's apparently what it's gonna be.
Man.
That's
I don't like
I
it.
was
He is a-
hoping it wasn't gonna be Kratos.
He is the worst character.
I think he's got a really cool design. I like his voice, but
Mm.
he's a nothing character.
Like he is such a character of 2004 or whenever that game first came out.
Yeah.
Like that is
He fits in next to Marcus Phoenix just fine.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
They're BFFs.
But even Marcus
Zeus.
Phoenix, like Marcus Phoenix, at least like struggled against like
True.
an enemy, whereas
Yeah.
Kratos is just like I murder.
Yeah,
everything."
True.
Marcus Phoenix in the Gears of War storyline is like a really
he's a soldier.
is a real like soldiers and,
Yeah.
and war and like that sucks and the Kratos is just like I hate everything also gore
Also, I
and
have the
boobs.
ability to
that's
just
that-
kill everything.
That's just
Just kill
it's literally the
anything.
13-year-old power
That's what Doom is
fantasy.
missing. It needs the boobs, man. If it only had that.
You
No,
right.
I
If you
think
only
it's
had demon,
not.
if you only had demon boobs.
I,
Demon
Didn't you learn?
boobs?
Didn't you learn anything from Mad Max?
regardless,
Oh, you're right.
regardless, I
Were there
still
demon boobs
really
in
really
Mad Max?
enjoy.
No, there weren't. That's the whole point.
I
Boy,
still really
need it.
really enjoy the
Doesn't need it.
gameplay, and I just laughed at the really dumb parts
Yeah.
of it.
Boy, this sure sounds like wrestling.
Yeah, that's why I like
think-
Kratos.
And
That's
that's the
why-
end of that segment.
I think
Kratos-
that's
Thank
why I
you.
never like God of War because it's like kind of the
Kratos-
wrestling of
Kratos
video
is
games.
the Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Sony.
you're right. It's got it appeals to 13-year-old boys, and
Sorry.
it's got.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
and you laugh at it when it's bad, and
Um,
you enjoy it when it's good.
I'm glad you enjoyed your time with God of War 3. How was it? Was it more HD?
It was definitely HD.
How much
Graphics
HDs?
held up really well, actually.
Well, they also did. They up-resed it. It's not like
Well.
it's not
Well, I
exactly
mean, they
Well,
did that much
regardless,
to it.
full remake, but
Yeah.
they did.
Well,
make it look
regardless, it's
nicer.
still a pretty impressive graphically. There are some character models that look, but like overall,
Kind of show their age.
yeah. Anybody who's not like other
It's not
humanoid
Kratos.
characters that are not Kratos look
yeah.
a little
Well, the boobies.
They look kind of weird.
Not digging them.
Well, Amber,
Yep.
it's been a while since we've had you on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure you
true.
got a lot to talk about. Lots of new games.
Yep.
Lots to talk about.
Uh-huh.
What do you got for us?
So in the 3 months, I don't even know how long that I haven't been on here, I've played one game.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's Factorio, right?
Yeah.
That's the only
Yes.
game worth
She's
playing.
been min-maxing like crazy.
So I've been building up my base. I've been
Uh-huh.
gathering resources.
and
Yeah.
making a factory.
Making a factory.
Uh-huh.
And the game's called Stardew Valley.
Oh man, this game.
Yeah, I'm seriously like that game bit me bad, and I haven't been able to put it down.
What-
I'm
what-
in year 2, fall year 2,
Okay.
so I'm getting to year 3 pretty soon here.
I have one question.
Yes.
Do you actually care about relationships, unlike you?
Really-
I
she
actually
really-
did
he
only
really- she
okay.
really
So
does.
all the characters are kind of crazy / terrible, especially the guys,
Okay.
except for the doctor. The doctor's freaking hot.
Mhm.
So
George
all
Clooney?
The, all the,
yeah,
all
George
the,
Clooney's in this.
her inventory is just full of stuff because she's like, what if I need to give somebody something? I need to and I'm like, your
And it
inventory's
drives him
your
nuts.
inventory's a mess. It's got all this crap in it. And you have no empty slots when you need to pick something up. And she's like, no, I need to give people gifts.
I want to
Fuck,
be
that sounds
friends
like the
with
worst
people.
way to play this game.
No,
0 out of 10.
I'm not quite as min-maxy as Ethan is, but even I'm like, this is not the right way to play.
No, it's fun. No, I made friends with people and I get weird cutscenes. But also, if you
That
get
sounds boring.
What are the
I wanna just
cutscenes in
eat.
this
I just
game
want to see the
look like?
dollars go up.
you get little cutscenes of like you get to know the characters. There's one really great one with a character where she really likes video games, so you actually play a co-op video game with her, and so
Okay.
the two of you play it together. So that's actually kind of fun.
Yeah,
Lover-
and it actually like loads you into it.
Lovers in a dangerous space.
That's the
That's
game.
what you play.
Quality.
Yeah. So
That's a good game.
it's just a really fun game. I will say I think I'm getting I'm starting to hit a wall with it because I've like upgraded my barn a bunch. I got a bunch of chickens and now I'm getting rabbits and ducks and
Rabbits? What do you use the rabbits? Just eat them? Like what?
you get rabbit's foot, lucky
They
rabbit's
just
feet.
drop them.
Yeah.
What? That's not how rabbits work.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Rabbits
really
are
weird.
reptilian. They
Yeah.
can lose limbs and regrow them.
Sorry here,
They're
rabbit. I gotta
magical.
harvest your foot.
No, but they you don't actually kill the rabbit for it. It just
It just they drop
Killed
them.
a rabbit.
drop.
Killed a rabbit. Killed a
what were you
rabbit.
expecting in an opera? A happy ending?
It's just it's I just really love. It's just fun to just farm all these plants and get all this stuff and get better stuff, and so it's kind of like Factorio in that way of it's really fun to optimize and get better
No,
stuff.
because it's every time you grow your farm bigger, you just have more work to do. Unlike Factorio, where
That's where
everything
you get
gets
sprinklers.
yeah, but you still have to pick everything.
got iridium.
You still have to plant
got
everything.
iridium sprinkler.
But you know what? In Factorio, you just have the factory pick itself.
Yeah, you don't have to play the
just
game at
fun to
all.
play,
I wish-
just watch
Ethan's ideal game, a game that plays itself.
Don't have to do anything.
Just watch the game.
You know, Ethan, have you played clicker games? Yeah. Have you played Cookie Clicker?
But
Yeah,
you just click a
cookie
button in
clicker.
those games, and that's
Yeah.
less fun because then you
Wait,
just
that
then-
sounds exactly like the
no,
sort of game that
no,
you
because
like.
you actually have to physically plan in Factorio like where things go, but
True.
in
Cookie clicker.
clicker games, you're just like, I upgrade a thing, I click the button, and I upgrade, and I get more things. That's it. This is like, I actually worked a little hard to figure out how to get this factory thing. But anyway, continue.
You're right.
I don't know when I do a thing that optimizes all my grandmas and then I buy just a bunch of grandmas.
right.
It's-
Forgot that was part of Cookie Clicker. Yeah, Stardew Valley is really fun. I will say, if you get married, you cannot give any gifts to single guys or single girls.
Are you talking about real life?
In
or-
real life,
Yeah.
every time I
Sure.
give
This is
a
a
gift
talk.
to
This is
single
a talk we
guy,
had. This is a
I've
talk we had to have.
discovered-
I give a
Once
gift to
you get
Ricardo,
married.
and the Mac gets jealous. It makes no sense. No, but,
But ladies, I am single.
yeah, your husband, your significant other will get jealous, but only for the same sex. Like, I think if I give gifts to girls, he's not upset. It's really weird.
That's cool. Girls giving girls other gifts. That's cool.
He's into
That's
that.
fine. Creepy doctor.
He's your husband's Kratos.
Yeah, he loves.
No, he's not
booze.
angry enough.
Oh,
Just destroys the farm.
Zeus has betrayed me.
Oh, let me rip out your heart and put in a new one that fixes yourself.
But yeah, that's literally all I played. I missed the Overwatch beta. I did not play it. But then I know, but everyone's been talking about it. I've seen a bunch of footage, and now I really
Oh, you
want to
got
play
on that
Overwatch.
hype train, huh?
Yeah.
The
so
hype is real.
once you guys get out of this house, I'm going to steal the computer and play
Oh,
Overwatch.
dang.
Matt
About
has
me.
nope,
About me.
nope. I veto you.
Oh,
I get
dang.
Overwatch.
Oh,
about me?
you just
No.
got vetoed, dude. Don't worry, when we get back, then we'll be like, "Oh, what's up, bro? What's up?"
Yeah,
Like,
then
nah,
we'll play. Then we'll play it when you get back.
Maybe.
No, you won't.
Oh, okay.
I don't get to play at all.
No, me all
All right,
night.
fine.
Speaking of farm life, though, I actually played another
Hashtag
game.
farm life.
I played another game.
What was
though.
that?
Farm
This
Simulator
game
3000.
was Pocket Card Jockey for 3DS.
That game looks amazing.
This game is pretty good. It's pretty good.
It looks
Uh,
pretty nuts.
Someone, I saw how much that was because I knew it was out and I'd seen some stuff of it, and then you posted about on Facebook about it, and I was like, how much is this game?
It's
like
like
$6,
$8.
$7
Like
bucks.
$6,
Yeah, it's like
$7,
seven, $8 bucks.
$6.99.
Yeah, okay,
I
$7
looked
bucks.
it up.
So Pocket Card Jockey,
It's
this game
beautiful.
was horse racing, which is I don't even know a
You
little
know,
bit about that.
Ricardo's
A little bit
favorite.
Loves horse racing.
And basically what you do in it is you
Horse race.
Yeah, you horse race. You get placed
Weird.
on horses.
Speaking
you play
of-
games of.
Speaking of Hades, don't you die at the beginning of that game?
It's pretty funny. The writing in the game is pretty dumb and pretty funny. So basically,
It's made by Game Freak, right?
yes, you're a jockey who sucks, and during one of your practice sessions, you fall off your horse and you get trampled by a bunch of horses, and then he's like, and then Angel shows up and you're like, ow, that hurt a lot, and he's like, what are you doing? Get up on the floor. You gotta stand up, and he's like, oh man, where am I? Where are all the horses? I need to get back on the horse. And he's like, you can't though. And he's like, why? Like this is kind of how the writing goes. Like you can't. He's like, why not, man? And he's like, oh, because you're gonna die soon. And he's like,
Dude, that's
this
dark.
cartoony children's game
Yeah.
starts.
and so he's like, you're dying soon. And he's like, no, I can't die. And he's like, okay, well,
Okay.
you gotta do good at horse racing, or else you're gonna be cursed for the rest of your life.
Is that better than dead?
God is very concerned about the horse racing ability.
He's an angel. He's just.
Well, I mean, he's doing God's work.
Yeah, I suppose.
The
Yeah.
Lord's work.
He's doing the Lord's work, man.
I forgot what the curse was. It was something really dumb.
God is very.
Oh, it was like, it was every time you play a video game, your save will be corrupted.
Oh no!
unless you win the derby, and you're like, all right, and so
Okay.
you're alive.
Fair enough.
And
Worth
basically-
it, I guess.
What happens is the game kind of occurs in a weird progression system where there is a growth mode, a mature mode, and then like a
mature
farm.
mode.
Well,
The sex scene
yeah.
is the sex scene.
No, actually, the sex scene is in the farm.
Horse sex
It's at the
scenes.
farm.
This is not what I signed up
Oh,
for.
The
yeah.
sex scene is
I've
at the
seen
farm,
those ones.
actually.
You pan over to some ducks and they're watching you and they're going, "Whoa! I can't believe is he gonna? Oh my goodness!"
Oh my God.
And then the ducks perform coitus.
Yes. They perform quackus.
They perform quaddis.
Quackus.
But anyway,
Oh,
so basically
yes.
the game progresses in growth mode. You get put on a horse that's a 2-year-old, and it gains skills and experience through the races that you race. And the way that you race is
Chaos.
Each race
It is a little crazy to be honest. I've seen
Each
this
race
game.
is broken up into several games of solitaire. The better you do at solitaire, the more like comfortable your horse will be during the later stages of the race.
And by solitaire, we're talking about like you just gotta put the cards on top of the other cards. It's not like
Yeah, it's not even like
like-
real, like not I guess real, but it's like a different type of solitaire. Basically, you have a card, and then you have to do the next card sequentially up or down of it, pick it like that way.
Yeah, so
and
it's
you're
not
trying
like
to clear these different rows of cards by doing that, and then you have like
it's not suits. It's just numbers.
yes,
right?
it's just
Yeah.
numbers, and then you have like a stock that like if you get stuck, you can flip over.
and
or
it's
whatever.
actually like incredibly complicated for
The
for
horse
Yeah,
racing.
it totally
the kind
is.
of game it is.
So basically, you finish a game of solitaire, then you can move your horse, and then you try to
you have like a
basically
certain
get-
number of points that you can use
Yes.
to move the horse, but you can then spend those points to move into your energy meter,
Yeah.
which
Giddy up points.
they're called
Giddy up.
they're called unity points.
Oh, that's
but you
right.
can
No, but
you can rub the giddy up meter.
yes.
The giddy up
Tell
meter.
me more about rubbing.
That's mature mode only.
That yes, and then you gotta try and get in your horse's comfort zone. So you
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta
I
get
bet
close
you
to the
do.
horse.
some horses are front runners. They like to be out front. Some horses are
Uh-huh.
stalkers, so they like to be like right behind the leaders or
Oh,
whatever. Again,
yeah.
like it's actually knowing horse racing. Like a lot of it actually.
Ricardo knows a
links
lot
up.
about horse
So
racing.
they're
A
saying
lot of
there's
it
actually
links
a
up.
direct like
Yeah,
line
and they
to, like, how
actually tell
horses
you
go.
like in the game where it's like you have to win. You have to. Your horse has to break its maiden, and it's like maiden race is for horses that have yet to win a race yet, or
Oh,
whatever
okay.
like that. And I'm like, that is totally right. And it's like,
This game is factually accurate.
Ricardo was impressed.
but it's all just like it's all so seemingly so complicated and weird, and basically you're trying to get your horse as good as possible because then after it becomes a 4-year-old, it
It's
no
right for
longer
mature mode.
it no longer gains experience. You just race it
Right.
like to gain as many accolades as you can, because once you retire it, and that can be any time between the 4-year-old and I can't remember how. I think the higher end might be 7-year-old because I'm really bad at this game. You retire it to the farm, and then when you like have another horse of obviously the opposite sex, you can
Bow, chicka,
have-
bow, wow.
the two horses mate,
Mm.
or
What did you do air quotes for mate?
because they don't show it.
They just pan to the ducks.
They
Yeah.
pan
cool.
over, yeah, and then you hit a few buttons.
And then and then obviously they produce like a new baby horse that has like comparable stats to its parents and abilities that cross
you
over and
start
stuff.
over again.
And you start over again. The problem is that the game is
It's bad.
hard.
Oh.
No, it's
Yeah.
really, really hard. You start out with terrible horses that aren't gonna really be winning. So the problem is it's like you want to win because you want to gain accolades, but honestly, the best thing to do is probably just be buffing your first couple of horses' stats in like the early going, so that when you retire it, they can maybe make a better horse because
Right.
all the horses they start you out with.
I guess this is the idea,
are
right? That you're gonna go
bad.
through all three.
Yeah, because that's the
modes
thing is
and-
because it's like win the Derby and win like the All-Star Cup, and there's nothing more I can ask of you. That's what your trainer said, and it's like
Well, they do that.
so there's like a singular goal, but it's like it's an endless kind of weird loop, and I need to really kind of focus more on that stuff because like early on I was just trying to win races, and then as sooner or later I realized I'm like, wait a minute, all these other horses have like way better stats than my horse, and like my horse sucks.
So there's like a weird tactic to it.
Yes, it's an interesting game. Like I was pretty addicted to it for the first couple of days I was playing it. I then got frustrated, and then I kind of realized like what the game's end game was, and I'm gonna start approaching it from a different angle. But yeah, for like $7, it's a really fun game. The demo actually lets you play a considerable chunk of the game and then
nice.
carry over from you
Yeah, you just
playing
like
the
pay
demo.
to
that's
you just like pay to unlock it,
That's a
right?
good
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah. So you
I might
just
just get the
carry
demo then.
carry
I might
over.
just
So
do
like
that.
if you play the demo and you dig it, then
You dig?
then
Do you
they
dig
they
it?
already kind of have their hooks in you, and they're like, hey, that one horse that you did pretty good with, you could just start with that one, and like in this new game, like in the
This
new
game kind of sounds like weirdly just like crazy Japanese stuff, like the stuff that
Oh,
doesn't
it's
come out
it
as
totally
much
is.
anymore. It's got
Yeah,
that like
giddy up
weird
meters and unity power.
and like just weirdly complicated.
And the funny thing
but,
is like is each of the new horses you do is like owned by like a different owner, and like they come over and like they all have their own characters. Like there's a Mr. Blingman, and he's like a guy who's got gold teeth and is like super rich. And then there's a Mr. Truman who is like a game developer who developed like the best game on horse racing ever.
Ooh.
But now
and
he
it's called Pocket
Pocket
Card
Card.
Jockey.
But now he's been talking. It's like he's been talking about this new game that he's been making for the longest
Called
time.
Pocket Card
But
Jockey.
it's never come out, so most people just assume it never will or whatever.
what a
That-
weird thing.
Yeah, no, it's got a lot of cute personality to it, and
The horses are pretty
Got
cute.
cartoony, kind of cartoony
yeah,
art style.
it's fun. Again, like I know this is gonna be such a microcosm, but if you are definitely familiar with horse racing, there's actually some good stuff in there
That's
for
cool.
you too. So like, it's a fun little side.
Appealing to
game.
the kids, horse racing.
You know,
Exactly.
what
And
all the kids-
solitaire.
and solitaire. Solitaire. Kids love horse racing.
Kids love both
Kids
these
love
things.
solitaire. It's the perfect match.
Exactly.
And also, horse racing and solitaire pretty much go hand in hand in real life.
Indeed.
Truth.
Yeah.
What about
That
you, Matt?
sounds cool. Well, I've been playing solitarily single player
Nice.
Singularly.
games.
Nice.
You know what comes before 1 for singular? 0
Zero.
for Star Fox.
Oh no.
Game
You
of
know
the year,
what
right?
game has a singularity in it? Star Fox.
Star
There's probably a black hole somewhere in it. I don't know.
Portals. Andros.
You know, it comes after singular for 1. Banner Saga 2. It's the second game. It's 2.
Wait, you didn't- okay, so what?
Wait, Star
You
Fox.
didn't-
Nothing
yeah,
to say
tell-
about Star Fox.
yeah.
I just wanted to do
I
as
just-
many
I w-
segues as possible
I-
up front, and now I don't have to do them
Get 'em
later.
out of the way. Get 'em out of the way, man.
Exactly.
I want to know what you think about Star Fox.
So I have not played very much. I
Okay.
played about an hour of the game,
Okay.
so I got through like 3 or 4 missions.
Sounds
I
about right.
simultaneously
Or simultaneously, however you want to do it.
shush. There's a very loud motorcycle that just went past that
It's fine.
probably
Yeah.
came in
It's
through the end.
going. It's cool, man.
Also known
Uh,
as a motorcycle.
That's what I said.
It's had a very loud motorcycle. It's a motorcycle.
You got it. Dang it, you guys both threw me off.
Sorry.
Matt, look over there.
Star Fox
I want.
Zero.
Dang it, I didn't throw him off like you
have
guys.
Star Fox
you have
Zero.
zero attention
I have
span.
zero
right now.
attention span. So I played about a couple levels of the game, and I simultaneously can see exactly why you were initially very happy with it, and also why most of the
Later.
rest of the internet did not like
And
it.
later, I was not so happy.
And later,
with
you
it.
were not so happy with it. So I'll say this: my opinion of motion controls is well documented on this podcast.
Mhm.
So you're 4.
They're kind of fine.
Yeah, they're fine to start with.
So that's the thing. But I immediately saw like the precision of the aiming and the ability at which it asks you to multitask. Even in levels where I wasn't dying, I wasn't like losing all over the place or anything like that. But I could just immediately see like this is not going to work well if this game gets any harder. Like, and I'm in the early stages of the game,
Right.
and I'm not like again.
Where
I'm-
it's more forgiving.
yeah, I'm not like
and-
losing terribly or anything like that, but I'm like, this is just not like, this does not work the way they wanted this to work.
Right.
And there's an option that says like motion controls always on or only on when holding down the target, the lock on the target button.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I tried for the first, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this an honest shot. So I left it on always on,
Mm-hmm.
and then you shoot and you're targeting and reticles moving around and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. This is okay. This is a little weird. And the weirdest thing is really when they ask you to like lock onto a target, and then you're like your whole camera angle focuses onto that
Yes.
thing, and then you like can't steer the right way.
Yeah,
and a lot
and-
of times it's
and
like
then-
focus on this ship that you need to shoot, but then you need to look at the cockpit to aim manually, but that's not locked on to
Yes,
the thing.
it's looking
so
forward.
you're locked onto the thing on the top screen on the TV, but on the
You're just
controller
looking
you're not,
forward.
and that's what you need.
That's
It's just like
terrible.
my brain just does. I couldn't handle it on some of those things, and so then I was like, all right, well I've played a couple levels of this now. It's manageable. I'm not like dying. Let's just try the other one and see if I like that better. Because I found myself almost aiming
I've
with the
never played
I
with
found
that.
myself almost aiming with the control stick anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't change a damn thing.
What do you
It's the
mean?
exact same. I couldn't. It was still moving the cursor around even when I was steering
What
it.
the hell?
So I'm like, I don't know what this
Well,
changes.
thank God that option is in there.
I don't. It must change something that I didn't notice because like I was still like tilting it to test it, and it was like, yeah, it's still moving the cursor all over the place even when I'm not even when.
That's
So I don't know, but
Bummer.
it wasn't bad. Like the levels were fun, I guess. And then I got to the walker.
guess.
I got to the walker level,
And that's a little harder
and,
to
and it's
control,
like, yeah,
right?
this is like not as fun to control, and I want to just fly on the R wing,
Mhm.
and then it's
I
like
don't
get
wanna
this
walk.
gyrocopter now. And drop this little robot
Mhm.
thing down. Like this robot
I
thing
actually-
sucks. You can't move this thing around. Like this is garbage.
I actually like the gyrocopter controls.
it's
but
better.
It's
It's
just
better
like,
than the walker controls.
but like the stupid like stop here and hack this thing. It's
Yeah.
like this isn't.
Oh, you
really
hack with
fun.
the
This
robot?
isn't
Yeah.
Star Fox.
No,
yeah.
that's not
And it
fun.
drops down this robot, and you control the robot, but you're still controlling the gyrocopter at the same time.
Yeah,
and, like,
and you're like
and
tethered to the robot.
And the robot has like
so-
this weird steering where it can't like turn. It can only go like on a straight line and kind of like rotate.
And then
like,
sometimes
rotate.
like
That
it'll
sounds fun
ask
at
you
all.
to like go into like this little alcove, and then it's like you only have so much tether, so then you're dragging the gyrocopter, and if it like drags a certain angle or certain way, like it'll just snap the like robot back into the gyrocopter. And you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was. So I got to that. I got that far, and then I
Okay.
was like, and then it's like, do this whole mission as a gyrocopter now. Like the next mission after you go through
And
the
also, it's
teleporter.
kind of a stealth mission.
And yeah, it was like, do it without being seen. I'm like, well, I'm gonna stop now before I play this level.
I
and get
got
very
seen
mad.
like a few times in that level, and it's fine. It just spawns in a few enemies, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
I think you can't get a mission accomplished or whatever
Right.
ranking on it.
Yeah, like again, I don't hate it, so I'm gonna finish a run of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I could immediately see like the flaws. I'm like, if this just controlled like Star Fox,
Mm-hmm.
nothing would be lost,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it would be fine.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to have this control scheme. There's no.
What if Nintendo patched it in? I was like,
then it would be a passable.
of defeat.
It would be it'd be a passable game. Because like
I think it'd
the
be
end
a
of it-
lot more fun.
it would be a lot more fun. The levels themselves, though, are not something that I would pay $60 for so far. Like they've just been. It's another
Okay.
remake of Star
Very
Fox 64.
similar, so.
It's another Star Fox 64.
We're heading
like,
into Corneria City now.
the same lines of dialogue, literally the exact same lines of dialogue.
Doesn't sound very fun.
This is awful. Like,
Oh, that famous
and
line.
I'm talking about the game, not the.
Hey.
No. The levels themselves, they're fine. They're fun. They seem a little short, but I think Star Fox levels are probably always
They
short.
probably. I think they were always.
There's the one that's like instead of Sector Y, where like the ships are fighting each
Yeah.
other, and like you can like see the end ship right in front of you, and you like when you start the mission, and you just like fly over to that. And, like it just felt really short because it was like always right there in
Definitely.
front of you. And it's like,
But at
oh,
the
this
same
thing
time,
should feel like-
sometimes those motion controls are so taxing. You're like, oh, I'm glad that mission's over already.
Also, did the original game? Did you lose your lasers when you changed to the next mission? I thought you kept your
No.
lasers.
no,
every
they
time you
got rid of. They
every
got.
time-
No, I got
They
rid
got
of it
rid
every
of.
time.
They got rid of wing damage, but they also got rid of like carrying over.
Yeah, so you
weapons,
used to
which
carry
kinda
over your
Really? I
lasers.
don't
Yeah,
remember
you
that.
used to
Unless you died.
unless you died or
Yeah.
lost your wings, and then
Never
you
mind.
Wait, so you don't lose your wings in this
Nope.
anymore? That's kind of okay, because that was really sucky.
and then the I don't like the way the barrel roll works because I can't do it reliably.
double tap.
I know.
Double tap barrel.
I used to be able to just double tap the
Can you
button.
do the
though.
Can you do the somersault?
I'm
reliably?
terrible at that too. Like
See, I ended up getting pretty
I'm
good at
sure
the maneuvering, but-
I got better at it as I played it, but like at the beginning, I was like, I'm doing what they said to do, and I'm just not
Yeah.
doing anything.
It's literally like a flick.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
like
can't
flick
like
'em.
hold it or at any. They'll
Yeah.
think you're boosting, and it's like.
But then like you
go.
use that right stick for everything. You use it to boost, to brake, to do the somersaults and stuff, and then
Mm-hmm.
also to do the wing, the spin, right, the barrel roll,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird because you have all these buttons. The N64 didn't use all the buttons. It didn't use the Z button to do all the
Can't.
moves.
No.
It used them to do just one move.
I know for sure I
Like-
know for sure like the boost and the brake. They say you can do the stick or you can press this button or this button.
Yeah.
But like everything else is you have to do like motion. So like if you're in a barrel roll, you have to double flick the stick because
You have to
otherwise
go
if you
flick,
hold
flick,
it,
like
you
that.
just
I'm
do
just
the
not-
little sideways thing.
Yeah.
I can just see me doing that a lot and being incredibly frustrated.
Yeah, because I used to be able to just go tap tap and it would always barrel roll. Now I go tap tap and it just thinks I'm going.
That's
like
what
this
you would
twice.
you just spam
Like,
spam barrel roll when there are a bunch of lasers on the screen.
And then I
It's
can't
just be like,
aim because I'm like moving the controller to like
Try and
tap the
tap.
stick to like move my thumb, and then I'm not aiming right because my hand is moving around. It just asks you to do a lot at once and expects
What
you
a
to be
good
able to
game.
pull this off.
Sounds great. I can't wait to try it out when you're done.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
That's all right.
Music sounds good.
Music holds up.
And
Yeah, I didn't think I was that mad at that game. I was like playing the game like, like this is fine. And then now I'm like talking about it. I'm like, I don't feel as sad. about
Oh,
this
if
game.
you decide to play, just play the rest of the game. Just
Alright,
you wait.
all right.
Just you wait.
I will. Well, if I want to finish it, I'll finish a round of it. I really want to play that Star Fox Guard, which you
I
still haven't
unwrapped
opened.
it.
That like tower defense game.
Yeah.
It looks fun. And then I did play a little bit more of the Banner Saga 2, which is also like, I think it's because my save didn't carry over that I'm just like,
Not as
I'm
invested.
just like,
Oh.
I'm so annoyed. Like, none of the characters that I was using primarily are leveled up the right way. I don't have any of the items I had. So I'm like, I had a fight recently, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll bring this guy in because this guy's really good, and I'll bring this guy in.
You're like, wait,
and
that
then,
guy
and,
sucks.
And then they all got
Never
like
mind.
crushed because it's like none of them were leveled up the right way, and so I'm like, oh dang it, this is bad. So I don't know. I'm like, I really want to play that game because
Go
that story is
back.
amazing.
Replay Banner
I
Saga
might
1.
just do that. I
And
might
then
just
start
go
over
back
Banner
and play
Saga
Banner
2.
Saga 1 because that game is really
Are
good.
any of the story beats you've run into so far? Like
I literally
as
haven't run
cool
into
as-
I haven't hit a story beat yet.
How long have you played it for?
Like it's like an hour total. But
Oh,
like
wow.
the game starts you off with a tutorial of like how
Right.
because like it doesn't necessarily expect you to have played the first game.
Right, that's fine.
And so I got through all of that and then started the kind of story mission of the game, and I'm still on my way to the first city, which is when stuff will happen. There's been lots of stuff when you camp, like you have dialogue with people and things like that. And it is really cool to see how, again, the game relies very heavily on the fact that one of the characters died at the end of the last game. So how do people react to that? And there's a lot of really cool stuff around that, which is very interesting too, because if a different character died instead, I'm really interested to see what the lines of dialogue would have been in all of these cases. So that's kind of cool. But I feel bummed because it's like I don't feel like it's my game anymore, and like I know it shouldn't matter that much in this like tactics game, but like
No, but you got really invested in
I
the
got
characters.
yeah I
and
got
what was
I
going
got
on.
certain characters leveled up a certain way, and now a lot of them aren't there. So
bummer.
that's that. Yeah,
Bummer, man. That sounds sucky.
so sad.
So sad.
But that first game was really good, so I haven't played it in a while, so I wouldn't mind
Just going back.
going back and playing through that again. It's kind of long, but
Mm.
it's a good game.
Mhm.
And then today, Overwatch went live at 4 p.m. And then 15 minutes later, it actually went live,
Oh.
and I could play it.
Which is way better than
Most
Most
launches,
games.
yeah.
Blizzard
So,
launches. Yeah.
Especially
while I
online
was-
launches.
so while I was waiting in line to try and get into the game, I was also watching a stream on Giant Bomb where they were trying to get into the game. And it was like, oh, video game launches, am I right, guys? And it looks like we'll have to play something else. And then, like, right as they said that, like a minute later, it started up. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to restart my game. It started up for me, too. And then and it was, like, perfectly smooth.
Mm.
And then it was just
We
fine.
were
So,
back in,
yeah,
playing the beta.
playing the Overwatch, but without any of the levels or upgrades that I unlocked. And that was
Nice.
sad. I was like, none of my stuff is here.
I got so mad when I found out they were going to wipe all that. I was like, what's the point? It doesn't really matter that much, but it's still like,
But you
meh.
worked for that.
Yeah, I was just I was like, oh, I got this awesome skin. Well, I won't get that now.
Oh, right.
I
Oh,
know.
well.
I know. I haven't got any cool skins yet.
You better
Other
work
than the ones I
for
paid
it,
for,
kid.
other than the Origins
You
Edition
better
Yeah.
work for
skins
it,
that I
bro.
got.
Which you get that overgrown bastion. You get
Overgrown
the
Bastion.
7 Soldier
Slipstream.
76?
So you get the young Soldier 76.
Yeah.
You get the young Reaper,
Reaper.
where he doesn't have any of his costume.
Young
He's just
Ooh,
like,
that-
he's just like
I
a
like-
dude.
I actually like that Reaver costume.
He looks really silly, but that's why I picked it, because I was like, yeah, this doesn't look. He's like, I'm all badass and got a skull face in the future, and it's like, I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
With a
He's got a
ski
beanie.
cap, with
Yeah,
his
he's got a
beanie hat,
beanie.
yeah.
and, like,
It always throws me off when I see him
Um,
in the game because I'm like, whoa.
who's that guy?
You got
Oh,
a
wait
younger,
minute.
you got a younger Tracer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's younger Tracer.
Really?
Okay.
I don't
She
know.
just looks like less
I
sci-fi.
think I don't know if it's
Oh.
like, is it younger or is it just like
well,
a
whatever.
different
It's an
costume?
origin, so it's I don't know. Like they're all. I figured they were all like what they used to look like.
Gotcha.
She's
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
sunglasses instead of special goggles,
Oh,
and her
okay.
suit doesn't look as like armor and cool. It
Like
looks more
tech.
like leathery and like she
Mhm.
like, built it herself kind of thing.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's not. Yeah, it's not quite.
It's fine.
I got a new Widowmaker skin.
They added a Widowmaker. Here's something that's weird. They added a Widowmaker skin in Heroes of the Storm for
Nova,
Nova, which is weird because now it's like, well, now Widowmaker's never going to be in the game.
and the Nova's pretty similar to Widow.
Yeah, I thought that too, but Nova's stealth while Widowmaker doesn't stealth in the game, and she has a grappling hook. So I felt like there was some room.
They're not gonna add every single.
I know, but it's just
Overwatch
like it's
character
just a
into
bummer to hear like, oh well, we're not.
They
adding
already
that.
know
Why
it's
don't you
written off.
start
Yeah.
a subreddit thread about it?
I'm sure there
Come on,
probably
bro.
is already one. You are right.
Robs.
Well, this character might not.
Could
My
go
dreams have been
insane.
crushed. Although they're pulling like weird niche characters from Warcraft
What if
right
they
now.
make-
So.
A Roadhog skin for the Butcher.
That would pretty much fit.
Sweet.
Maybe.
Sweet.
I feel like Winston could fit into Here's the Storm pretty cool.
A lot of characters could. There's plenty of
Yeah.
room for them to grow. I'm just curious what they're going to do
To
next
grow on floor.
to grow.
Yeah, that's all the skins. I think you get like a new, like a younger Pharah skin. and
Oh, yeah.
one more of those. A couple more of those. So played a few rounds of that. Ricardo walked in, and I was still playing a few rounds of that.
You still had the feed.
Took a Snapchat.
You still had the giant bomb feed.
Well,
of
I just
them
didn't
playing.
close it because I was like, I was already
So
like
it was
waiting
just
in the
like
game.
a screen of Overwatch
And
and
another
then
screen of
another
Overwatch.
screen of Overwatch. So it was really weird.
Dual monitors there for
the,
a reason.
The hype was so real that my brother bought the game today. Like he bought it just now, just as it went live, basically, so that we could play it with me and Brandon.
That can almost segue into news.
Oh,
couldn't it?
Brandon, drink.
Oh, I'm
I'm
out. I'm out.
I'm
The
out.
only one who still has.
I'm out. We all gotta take a drink from your drink.
Well,
That's how you
You gotta
get
take 4
sick.
drinks.
that's how you get cooties.
And then you pull me away from this mic. Anyways.
That's the Overwatch story. That game is amazingly good, and I'm so excited for Team Fortress
We'll
3.
talk about it
Thank you for
more.
Team Fortress 3 finally out from Blizzard.
Thank you, Blizzard.
Yeah, Dota 2 from the Valve and Team Fortress 3 from Blizzard.
What a world we live in.
Indeed.
That's all my games.
I
So
guess
let's
So
moving
we'll-
on
to
to
the
the news.
I suppose we'll try to burn through these news stories.
quick.
Let's pretend we all have the news stories already pulled up on our
I
phones.
got it.
Let's pretend I
No,
have
don't.
my phone with me.
I have
Oh
Snapchat.
no.
You can't Snapchat the news.
Everyone does that.
But why do you mean? I got Huffington Post right here.
Oh, you right.
I said the news.
I got LA Times right here.
The news. Guys, come on. The news.
We're
Where is
totally
news?
pulling it up.
Yeah,
The
I'm watching all of your
news.
phones load
How's the
right now.
Drive app work?
All right.
The news.
Hold on.
Look at these giant figures of Overwatch.
I saw
Oh, right,
like
that's what
pictures
you
of
were
those
going for
being
'em.
built. They were pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is really. What are they? Just like random things they put everywhere?
Yeah, like they
guess.
put like there's one in Hollywood. There's a Tracer one in Hollywood.
Kinda wanna go
I
see that.
almost
Just like
was
in the game.
I was all. I
There's
was
a
like-
Hollywood USA game.
L.A., Paris, and Korea over the weekend. That's the LA one is Tracer.
That's pretty cool.
Genji,
Yeah.
Genji's in what? Korea?
Racist.
Wait, they're like, they're like in action figure boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really really cool.
There was
looking.
like I was seeing some like behind the scenes them making it and like.
Yeah,
these
don't
things
say
are
where each of these are
And
at.
it's funny because like there's actually like there's a choking hazard on like the thing, and it was like you can't actually choke on these figures, but you can choke in a game of Overwatch, which will lead to ridicule from your peers.
Is that what the choking hazard
Yeah,
says?
that's
That's
what it
pretty good.
says.
I like when they do flavor text like that. So yeah, giant Overwatch figures that look pretty.
They look really
tall.
neat.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Cool.
That's a neat way
Good
to do.
promotional
Yeah.
tool.
And they're completely posable.
As a member of the advertising community, A+.
So
A++.
yeah, Overwatch is great and can do no wrong. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
something bad won't come out in the next few
Nothing.
days.
No, hey,
about-
they already did something wrong. They changed Tracer's pose from a sexy pose to a slightly less sexy
No
pose.
butt. Where's the butt? I want all the butt. Give me the butt. Say
D-
butt.
Well, just wait till we
Butt
get to
to butt.
trailer trash, and then you'll get your
Oh.
butts.
You know
Oh.
what? You know what? You know what's a bunch of butts?
What?
YouTube and Family Guy.
Oh,
That
God.
is a
This
bunch
was
of
a
butts.
really weird story.
Actually,
I
did
didn't,
not hear
I
the
didn't-
story.
I didn't actually read this.
Either.
Okay, so
describe
this
the
was
story.
a really weird story that happened. So, in the last Family Guy episode,
Ever or
They-
recent?
no, most recent.
You
excuse me,
wish.
I do
in
wish.
the most recent, thank you. In the
Mhm.
most recent Family Guy episode, Peter, Quagmire, and Joe in Cleveland.
All your
They,
favorites.
all your favorites.
Remember when
they
Cleveland
get
had
a-
his own show?
No.
Nope.
All right. Well, there we go.
They break out the old NES and they start playing a bunch of sports games.
Okay.
And Peter's really good at all sports games like Tecmo Bowl and Double Dribble. He knows all the secrets and the glitches, including a glitch in Double Dribble where you can make a 3-point shot from anywhere on the court as long as you just time a button press correctly.
Okay.
The problem is the footage they used in the
Oh,
show
was from YouTube.
was
YouTube
was
clip.
from a YouTube clip from just a random some random user. So that once they used the clip in the show, YouTube retroactively went back and shut down the
Oh my
original
gosh.
clip that was taken from YouTube.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
grade A.
So of
horse.
course everybody when everybody found out, everybody blew up and
Of course.
started tweeting at Seth MacFarlane, and Seth MacFarlane was like, "I don't run Fox.
I also don't run YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't
so,
run
like-
either of these things.
So like, I'm trying to shoot a movie. Stop bothering me." And so I guess it was the way it seems things happened was it was totally just an automated thing from
Right.
YouTube.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And YouTube is really dumb.
Yeah.
Since then, and apparently the
YouTube's
Tecmo
auto
apparently-
thing has been well documented as being very dumb.
apparently the Tecmo Bowl clip was also briefly taken down before being reinstated. It's just the Double
Huh.
Dribble one was taken down and never reinstated. And so like
So
Huh.
just missed it.
Is it back?
it's back up now, but
Look who's back.
that was just like
Back again.
really really dumb. Also, I'm just like in my mind I'm like, did Family Guy like ask permission?
Yeah,
for these
like,
people,
give credit to-
take the clip. I mean, I guess when you talk about YouTube and
A
then
YouTube
people,
video of a game. is
of
like-
a
all
game that's
this-
somebody else's
it's like,
property.
yeah,
That's
it's
true.
like-
Also, it's kind of weird territory, but like,
That's a good point.
but it's still weird that it happened. And
YouTube's just a weird
YouTube's
place.
dumb, and Family Guy's kind of dumb too. So.
It is.
Some of these guys dumb for different reasons.
Yeah. Different dumb than YouTube.
Do you like pirates?
I
oh
love
boy,
pirates.
I sure love pirates.
Oh, was that just to reference that thing? I thought you were going to talk about a news story about pirates.
No, there's no news story about pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean MMOs coming
Da-
back.
da- 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 da-
Hooray.
da- da-
Da- da-
I actually
da- da-
played that
da-
MMO for a while.
Is it still? Did it shut down? It shut down,
It
right?
probably shut down.
I played.
I
a
thought
little
it
Disney's
was
bit.
getting out of gaming, man.
I
It's all
thought it
shut
was
down.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought it was fun just because I played with Raul and Alex. You know what those
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And we just did dumb
Just like you're
stuff.
gonna play Overwatch, them, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of dumb,
Yes.
Apple's also dumb.
Yes.
What?
I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Oh no.
Apparently
They.
they were like, games aren't art, man.
Yeah.
Games are supposed to be fun. You make a game about, let's just say, Palestinians
What about-
and
Israel-
Israelis.
What
and
about
the
taking dick
conflict.
pics?
That's
Without
not a
taking dick
game.
pics.
That's real life.
But yeah, so
Must be winning
um,
then.
I can't remember for the life of me the name of the developer or the name of the game, but basically a game that's actually been, I think it's on Steam, I want to say, has won a few game awards about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I think it's a single girl's story about...
It's like a kind of like a it's a young Palestinian girl in Gaza.
Yeah.
And Apple was like, this is not appropriate for games. Like games are for like fun children's things.
Please move this to the news or the store, like I think it was like novelization or something.
Like
Like
they want in
portion
the
of our
game section.
store, and please edit all descriptions that refer to this as an app or game.
What?
So
They've
Apple's,
done things like this in the past, but yeah.
So here's the
so
crutch.
heavy.
Here's the crutch of the thing of Apple's. This is the kind of the problem with Apple's policy, right? And that's the thing probably that everyone's getting really pissed off. They actually did end up reversing this decision.
That's the same
by
with
the
the
way.
Confederate flag thing, right?
It was very similar, yeah. So and
Yeah.
the core of both of those things is this. This is from their Apple guidelines, right? We view apps different than books or songs, which we do not curate. If you want to criticize a religion, write a book. If you want to describe sex, write a book or a song or create a medical app. It can get complicated, but we have decided to not allow certain kinds of content in the App Store.
Huh.
And there's a fundamental problem with whoever's in charge of App Store policy is not a person who understands that games are a creative medium that you can use to express things. Like
I think
they're
games are
thinking
just entertainment, and that's all they are. And they aren't for points of view or opinions or like making a point. They're just for like that's, it's just Flappy
For
Bird.
fun.
I feel
It's
like they're
Flappy
using
Bird
it.
and
Yeah,
Clash
I
of
feel
Clans,
like they're
that's
using it a little bit as like a parental control thing of like if your
That's probably part of it.
if your kid's in the game section, like that's fine. That's a safe area for it to be because we won't allow anything.
But apps have ratings
Yeah,
even
they
in
do.
the App Store. They have.
I think it's a dumb idea, but that's
yeah,
probably
but
part
again,
of how they're
it's
viewing
from
it.
It's from an older, and they clearly have someone in the App Store.
This is also the thing of like games aren't supposed to be like challenging in the same way books are, where you're challenging your ideals or anything like that, you know. But if you see a game that's like this is like, oh, I just wanted to play a game where I shoot people and this is dumb and silly or whatever.
Sure, I mean,
but
I don't-
it's
I
like,
don't
but
think
then you
those-
come into like, oh man, they're making a comment about an actual war and things like
Right.
that. It's like some people don't view games as being able to do that when. Recently, games have been starting to dive into that sort of field with
Yeah.
much more recently.
Much more
in
recently.
the
Yeah.
last like few years.
like
Since God of War 3.
since God of War 3.
That was
That was
the
the
start.
turning
That was
point.
the point where everyone was like, "Oh my goodness."
This is
Sex.
hard.
He's going to do what?
No, but
He's gonna make a comment
But
about
it's-
that war.
But it's funny. It's funny that we do criticize Apple for this, and I think justly so. I think that if you think that movies or books can be art, if you think those forms of entertainment can be art, then I think games can be art. I'm not saying Call of Duty is art necessarily.
Well-
I don't think every game
Well,
has. I don't think every
That's
game.
like saying Transformers is art.
I don't,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't think every
exactly.
game or movie has to be. I don't think every movie has to be art.
But there are
Like, I don't
definitely
think, I think there's
games-
totally 100% like there's room 100% for things forms of entertainment that are mindless fun. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
But
Nothing
games
wrong with
can be. Games can be, and I think that the only shining light of this is that Apple is slowly walking back that stance, even though that's officially in their guidelines still. Clearly, someone on that team understands that
It's like, hey,
concept
wait a
because
second.
they also reversed their decision.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
someone on there
they've
is
done
just-
that with a lot of
Yeah.
things. Like I remember they didn't allow what was it, Papers Please? They didn't allow it for a
Oh,
little
that's
It had
while.
right.
nudity.
'Cause
It had,
it
it had
they
possibly
didn't
had
allow
nudity.
the Confederate flag, even though it was in historical games, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
And then this, but they always walk them back like what, day or two after, like really
Well, it's
quickly.
usually after a storm. Usually,
I was gonna say it's
usually
usually
after
after
a
the
public.
backlash.
Yeah,
They're
after a
just
public
like
backlash.
Family Guy.
They're just like company. They're just like a business.
Yeah.
As it turns out.
But it's just funny that they keep doing it. It's like, guys, you guys might want to like let up on it a little bit, or maybe
Yeah.
figure it out by now. But
I think that there's just an older understanding of
Probably.
of games. It's just they think of all apps are the same, and game apps are not different from apps. Like, and it's just like apps are for like games. Games are for kids. Those
And
are
for
those are
fun
apps for
stuff.
kids. Like and for little
Silly
fun
rabbit.
things. Like,
apps are for kids.
so
What else in the news?
what else in that
We
news?
got so with Overwatch launching today,
Yeah.
but retailers were like, hey, this other game, Battleborn, is $40. So if you still
That
want
was
to buy
so
that,
quick.
Wait, is it all retailers or was it Battleborn? Like
I think it was a mandate from
Is that
them,
is
but
that a
it's-
permanent drop?
I believe
I
so.
believe so.
Dang,
That's
That
Battleborn's
game,
crazy.
just
I'm sure that game did
sinking.
not do well.
No.
Like it got panned like across the board. Like
So-
It's weird because I know a couple people who really enjoy it.
Yeah, the
it
thing
doesn't
is
seem
that
awful. It got panned as mediocre, I guess I should say. It wasn't like this game is the worst game ever. It got panned as.
I saw a
this
lot of
game is
people
not
who
great.
actually really dig like some of the mechanics, and it seems like once they've gotten a hold of the multiplayer, that it seems to be pretty good. But the problem is that I guess
Overwatch
in
came
early,
out.
well, not that, and also in early reviews that came out, they played only the single. They reviewed only the single player, and
not
I
the
guess there
multiplayer.
is a late game mission in that single player that is just awful. Like it's just really, really bad.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's bad. That's definitely bad reviewing.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the
Well-
reviews I read reviewed the multiplayer as well.
Okay.
But I'm sure. No,
I know
I
that-
100%
yeah.
agree. I'm sure there's some
Just
people
because
out
I
there
knew that for like days after it got released, like a few days, maybe like a week after its release, there was still a lot of outlets hadn't like reviewed the multiplayer yet, and so I
Yeah.
was still, so I was like, well, just read what they have so far, and a lot of it was like the single player wasn't that great or whatever, and
Right.
it's like that's kind of
Because
No-
it sounds like the single player is just multiplayer
Uh-huh.
matches,
Yeah.
but with bots.
Mhm. that's
Which
the
is not fun.
that's the thing too, is it's like that's the problem I have, I think, with I know that there's a want to get something out at around release time, but that's my problem with like reviews in process or
Mm.
like
They haven't like played through
review-
everything.
yeah, where they haven't
I think it's fine as long as they
Formulated a full-
disclose.
Mhm.
That's a tricky question, though. I mean, I agree with what you're saying because like
The
'cause,
thing
like,
is
it could-
that
it
they
could turn
still-
out, it could turn out that some late game thing
Uh-huh.
turns the game around for you. But I feel like if you're 75% through a game, you probably already got an idea of if you like the game or not.
I
Like,
suppose.
but I agree with you because I think it's bad form to put up a review and say this is our review, but also we haven't played
Yeah.
this part of the game.
So
yet,
here's a
like-
score that you'll probably scroll down to and just look at
that and
anyway.
not
Yeah,
read it in its
exactly.
But
text.
it's not our final score.
That's why I think if you were to do that kind of thing, I know some review sites don't score.
Mhm.
They're like, this is our review, but it's not like done
It's
yet.
not
Like
done.
we'll put
Right.
the text up, but we're not gonna give a score on this one yet because we need you guys to actually read this whole thing and actually understand.
I don't like reading though.
Yeah,
Um,
well,
But yeah,
I don't
so
like
I
it.
guess
Give me a
I-
video.
I guess their strategy at this point is just they know people are gonna spend $60
and
on
Overwatch
that
took the world by
Overwatch.
storm. I mean, like Overwatch was already getting like growing and popular, but then that beta, man, like it sounds like
The one where
everyone
they
was
let
talking about
everybody
it after
in.
that beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause they literally let everybody in. So
Yeah.
just-
Oh well, speaking of that beta,
What?
are we done with the $40?
yeah, no, I was
thing?
just gonna say that. Like, I think they eventually were just like, okay, everybody's gonna pay $60 for this Overwatch Origins Edition.
Mm-hmm.
If we still want to be competitive,
We have
and we
to be
still want to
cheaper.
have like.
Oh, there is a
people
$40
person
version for
or-
PC.
Okay, well there you
Yeah,
go.
that's for Overwatch.
Well, now you can buy both those games
for $80.
for $80.
Get a good shooter and a subpar one. Next.
Sure,
So
but this one's got jokes.
jokes on jokes on jokes on
So
jokes.
does Doom.
Anyway, speaking
Anyways.
of the Overwatch beta,
Yep.
this is not so much a news story, I suppose, but Blizzard released some really cool stats. I'm not sure if you guys had the chance
Yeah,
to see those at all.
I the ones I focused mostly on were like who was the most popular
Yeah.
hero in
Yeah.
every single one. Like,
So I'll just go over a few of them. I'm not gonna go over every single one, but the 9.7 million players.
That is
For
a
the
huge
beta.
amount.
Yeah.
For an open beta, to be fair, because
But
it's
a
free, so it's free,
beta.
but it's still not even like that's
if they
insane,
retain a third of that player base, you're talking about 3 million people still playing.
And they're probably going to
3.2
retain
million
most
people,
of
yeah,
that.
still
like-
playing the
base.
I
game.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I think probably at least 3 million people are probably gonna play.
good.
so
I would guess more.
they have the average game length. All of them are less than 10 minutes for the different types of game mode,
Which I
which is
like.
another.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I love that part of it. That it's not a long
I
game.
wonder if
You're
that's
not-
slowly gonna extend. Like Heroes of the Storm is slowly extended past its 20-minute mark that they were advertising.
Who knows?
Yeah, so the most picked heroes were kind of I think what you would expect. Let's see. Have you seen this, Ethan?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Soldier 76 on offense,
Mhm.
Widowmaker on defense.
Right.
I feel like the most comfortable, the most like characters that are the most like, oh, this
I
is
grasp the concept.
Yeah.
Soldier 76. I shoot mans. Widowmaker.
I
It's a
snipe
sniper. I
mans.
snipe mans. So then you got on tank. You got Reinhardt.
I hit
I
mans
s-
with
I
shield.
I
Shield
shield
mans.
mans. And then you got Mercy. I heal
heal
mans.
I was actually surprised just because I think he became so infamous that the most like popular defensive
Bastion.
hero was
Ba-
not Bastion.
I think that even though he became so infamous, like the immediacy of I
He's
snipe.
tough to play a little bit too.
You know what I mean? Like Bastion still requires you to have some like
yeah.
concept of what you need to be doing. You know what I mean?
Whereas Widowmaker's just a sniper.
Speaking of Bastion, there is a Bastion units destroyed marker because they knew how much
They were aware.
326 million.
Jeez. Lots of games.
They have the number of times high noon was done with McCree, which is 5.7 million times a day.
I knew.
A day?
5.7 times 5.7
That's a
million
lot of
times a day.
noons.
Yeah.
A lot of high noons.
High noon.
It's always high noon. So
Those are some cool stats there.
It's just amazing how many people like played this game and then continued to engage with it as the beta was
And
over.
then
What's the
and
hot
the
body
very-
temperature of our favorite Overwatch character?
And this is the very end. It says number of thank yous from Blizzard. Infinity symbol.
Oh.
Infinity symbol. Thank yous.
There was someone. There was a post on Reddit. Someone posted said,
Yeah.
"Do you think?"
which character is the most?
No, not that one. I
that
was thinking one that said, so with 9.7 million players, do you think any of us will die before the actual release comes out? And it's like, statistically, I just always hear what's going. Statistically, since the demographic is younger, most of us will probably live, but maybe 2 or 3 people may die and never see the actual
Oh,
game
that's so sad.
release. And I was like, you guys,
That's
need to
pretty.
calm down.
That's pretty funny in a really
That's really
morbid
morbid.
way.
It's really, really morbid.
Yeah.
They're out of
Um,
hand. Out of hand, I say.
Luckily, we all made it, guys.
Oh, we did.
Congratulations.
Well, I
Yay.
mean, I still haven't technically gotten home and played the game
Oh
yet.
no! Drive safe, Ricardo.
Drive
This
very
episode,
safe.
this episd dedicated to Ricardo. In the arms of the angel.
What you say? That you're only man with.
Is there
And I think
more
we have
news?
one
There's still more news. There's 2 more newses.
Oh,
There's
fudge.
2 more newses. I'll go really quick. Ukulele. We
What
haven't
about
talked about it forever.
Yeah.
They just announced a bunch of stuff for it.
I saw
I'm
that.
not
Come
gonna
on,
go
then get
over-
on the level. Get in the level.
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Go on.
You won't talk about it, but Ricardo will do an impression
Get
of
the
Greg
level.
Kasavin, or
Greg Kasavin, wrong
Fuck.
person.
Greg.
It's Greg Kirko.
Kirko.
Fuck you.
Thank you. What did I say? What did I say? What did I
It's
say?
always saying fuck you.
Why
But
would I
you
say
just
that?
were talking about your balls. Just one ball. Just
Anyway, Ukulele is a game that's really coming out. It got kickstarted a while ago to the mass hysteria because it's like Banjo Kazooie.
yeah, pretty much.
And that's what Matt was. This is all the hysteria Matt was having.
Chameleons and bats living together.
Mass
Mass hysteria. No, actually, I didn't kickstart it or anything like that.
I thought you did.
No, I didn't. I don't kickstart things anymore after Broken Age.
Yes, that's true.
After that
That
board game that
lesson.
3 years ago I kickstarted and I still haven't got.
Oh jeez.
what about did you kickstart?
I was very tempted, but it was kind of the thing of like I would only want to kickstart it.
What did you kickstart? Peachy printer.
Printer.
How
We
could this
have
happen?
lost
Oh my
$300,000
gosh.
of your money.
We didn't talk about this on the podcast.
No,
did
we
we?
didn't.
Okay. We should probably not talk about it then.
No, let's not.
Save it for next
That
week.
Snapchat you did where you did the peachy printer thing was the most hilarious thing. Oh my gosh.
Ethan sent me one back. He was like, I didn't realize what I was doing.
What a weird thing.
Oh, I wish.
Tell me about
No, stop.
what you did
Stop.
with the money.
Okay.
Okay, no more news stories.
No, so I looked over the Kickstarter. Is all I was gonna say. I looked over the Kickstarter and I thought, I only want to kickstart this if I can get the tier that has the N64 cart. Like there's a one that had like an
Oh, yeah.
N64 cart, and I don't even know what it was in the cart. It wasn't the game.
It
obviously,
was
it was
it was
like,
like a
ice-
USB
it was the
or
ice
something.
key.
yeah,
It was the
was-
ice
It was
key.
the ice cube.
and but that was like $200. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So that's not
Um,
your
but
budget.
what is this? What's this
No.
update about ukulele?
It basically details like what the game's gonna be. In terms of
It's a third-person.
We had no
platformer.
idea.
no, before
It's
it
a
was
first-person shooter.
No, before it's an adventure game, point and click,
What?
classic style.
Yuka
You
will
play
remember that.
you play as Yuka, who's a boy on a spaceship, and Laylee is a girl in a small village with.
Oh my
Anyway.
goodness.
No, it basically details like, oh, here's the villain is like an evil bee. He's like,
Oh yeah, I see.
he's like an evil bee. He's like an evil
Not
bee. He's like,
bees.
and like there's like this. So the plot is like this corporation run by this evil bee has like taken over the land, and so
Wait a minute,
you're
though.
rebelling
I hate to
against
be
this
seriously.
corporation.
Does this mean
That's
you're
unbelievable.
Does that mean you can still collect honeycombs and stuff for the health?
That'll be something that you have to find out. And there's like basically, hey, do you remember a character from Banjo-Kazooie? There's a different version of that character
Who's
in
Bottles?
this game. So let me see here.
Just do really bad Banjo-Kazooie impression. Actually, Ricardo's are fine.
Capital B.
Nice.
Capital B is the villain. That's his name.
Capital
Capital B.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he makes
pretty
capital and he's a bee.
And he's a
He's a
you got it.
capitalist, and he's
And
a
they're
bee.
calling it a collect 'em up 2.0. So they're gonna like have lots of collectibles, but it's gonna be
Collect 'em up
Hopefully it
it's gonna be
2.0.
like more streamlined. I don't know. Tasty butterfly energy will refill the player's health, and the brand new power meter, which is designed to empower fun and challenging platforming gameplay while avoiding the all too occasional tedium of resource management. So who knows what that means? But it's a power
This
meter.
all sounds like back of the box nonsense.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically this is on their website. This is a pitch
This
to
is now front of
Kickstarters.
the box nonsense. Welcome to 2016.
Everything's on the front of the box.
So you can purchase and unlock moves from the serpent salesman Trouser. That's your bottles. His name is Trouser.
Oh yeah, trouser snake. I get it.
Trouser.
It's like a wiener.
I don't.
Yeah, because that's
Why
what
did
they
I
do.
take? Why did I take so long to realize that?
it's a wiener.
I don't know.
So yeah, he's in the box art. Well, this like look at this box art. How is this not? Look at the Banjo-Kazooie box
That's
art.
exactly
Yeah.
This
Banjo.
is Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's got the bee in the background, like we're gonna tell there was. There's him where Mumbo was. The
Capital
trouser
B is
snake.
actually less intimidating than I would have hoped for.
There is
That's gonna be trousers sound.
this month we'll be discussing a pair of new supporting characters destined to join the Platonic universe.
All
which
right,
is what they're
guys.
calling it now.
All right, this
The hapless
need to
multi-limb
move
scientist
on.
Dr. Puzz
Guys, yeah,
and her traitorous former
right.
colleague Dr. Quack.
Matt. We get it. But right now, I want to hear your best impression of what you think the bat's gonna sound like.
That's actually probably not terrible.
That was Ricardo, by the way.
Mm.
That second one. I was the first one.
Actually, you know what? I think that might be.
You guys all do bats
Okay,
well.
And bat.
I have no bats.
Do it.
I like that. That's good.
It's monkey bat.
Was it on the
Oh,
chameleon?
okay, so the chameleon's gonna go like.
Bat practice that every day
I
in the
think
mirror.
it's gonna essentially sound like banjo.
Yeah, I
it's
think
gonna
so.
be like,
I think you're right.
Blang, 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 blang.
He's gonna sound like
Blang,
a, he's
blang,
gonna,
blang,
wait, he's gonna sound like a Vietnamese stereotype. is that what you, this racist Vietnamese character?
no.
Oh, we did not intend that. And then they just go under by like everyone just thinking they're racist developers.
But aren't they?
What, Amber?
What Ethan did.
Oh, racist yet you said that.
Yeah.
And so that's
too
that's
good.
their big update. They've shown off some artwork for what the game should look like and
looking
that kind
forward
of
to it.
stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm still waiting to kind of see if it's actually gonna be something that's good or not. Why are you looking at me like that? What? I don't get it. But it's still not gonna come out for a while anyway. Last but not least,
Uh-huh.
Nintendo is set. Ethan, are you ready to go out your door and say, I'm pretty hungry tonight. What do I want to eat? I know. I'm going to go to Nintendo to eat dinner.
Nintendo burger.
Nintendo burger for dinner.
What?
And then,
Oh.
after you've had that nice, tasty Nintendo burger dinner, you're like, oh, I feel fat. I know what I need. I need a Nintendo health sensor to make sure that I'm losing the right amount of calories. That's what so then you'll strap on your Nintendo health sensor.
I
and you'll
remember
be-
that. I
and
think
you'll-
you mean a vitality sensor.
and you'll
There
go
you
and
go.
you'll walk around a little bit
walk
and be like,
off all those
and
calories.
you're like, you know what I need to do today? I need to do some new graphs. I need to do some new
Graphs?
pie charts.
What?
If only I had Nintendo computer software that I do. And
So- gosh.
wait, what?
So-
They're turned into Konami, but but
so
not in a good
Nintendo
way.
is proposing, this is not necessarily a thing they're definitely going to do, expanding their business.
Yeah.
We already know they're getting into movies. We talked about that in one of the previous
and
podcasts.
they are
Right.
sort of getting into theme parks because they're
They're dipping their toe
licensing
into theme
Universal's
parks.
licensing their stuff. So you can they're pitching basically eating establishments, computer software,
Genius.
and health devices. like the Wii Vitality sensor, but let's pretend you didn't need to plug it into a Wii controller.
Whoa, what?
to
Is this a wearable?
It's a wearable. It's
Wow.
a wearable.
Ooh, those are hot.
Wearables
So
hot.
this
Wearables are
sounds
hot.
really weird. I feel like to us, because we're from the West, where companies kind of do like one sort of thing, and that's kind of it.
Yeah,
but
they
in
don't diversify
Japan,
much.
the companies do
Yeah,
all
like,
do
like Honda and
and Konami does own
and
spas and things like that, and like
Right.
Honda owns and
Well,
like
we have
Yamaha
companies-
owns bikes
Yamaha
and
guitars.
guitars.
we have like
and-
parent companies and they have a bunch of
Yeah,
different companies, but
exactly.
those companies are their own
But-
separate thing.
and those were usually made where like okay, General Mills got bought by the same company that owns Taco Bell. It's not like they're like, oh, General Mills runs Taco Bell,
No.
and it's no, they just got bought by the same.
So
company.
now,
Like,
it wouldn't all
it's
be
like
called Taco Bell.
someone else bought them both. But no, this is like in Japan, it's like this one company is like,
They do
we're
everything.
gonna make this, and then we're
Yeah.
also gonna make this as well, and then we're gonna make that, and so I feel like that's what Nintendo's trying to do for a long time. Do you know what they're gonna add? Playing cards. They're gonna
Whoa.
add. They're gonna start
That's
making.
full
They're gonna start
circle.
making
Throwback
playing cards.
Thursday.
All I'm saying.
Flashback
All I'm
Friday.
saying is that if they're not contemplating just having gourmet race on repeat in all their restaurants, then-
This is gonna make eating very hectic. You're gonna just like want to rush without wanting to.
And then they'll get you out of the door faster, make more money.
Yeah, that
Fast
turnover is
food.
gonna be great. That turnover is gonna be
turnover.
great. So they're gonna start to license Nintendo's IPs.
So they're just licensing it, or are they actually
Or
going to
they,
go and
yeah,
sell?
they're gonna make them.
They're saying the noted changes are manufacturing and selling medical devices and computer software,
Okay.
investing in eating establishments with quotes, and licensing the rights to
Okay.
Nintendo's intellectual property. So those are
Okay.
3 separate things listed
Okay.
here. If approved by the board of they're taking this to the board of directors basically and saying,
Okay.
do you guys
Uh-huh.
approve this? And then the stockholders on the board have to say, yeah, we do.
or no, we don't.
Or no, we don't. If approved, these provisions will come as additions to Nintendo's current business focus. That includes selling playing cards, office equipment, paper products, and of course games.
Yeah, they
So
already.
basically
No,
it's-
they've already. I remember them already selling paper products and stuff like that. and
Yeah,
office
so-
equipment.
so-
So I guess they already do have playing cards.
A little
right?
bit more of that. Well,
Probably
I think the
more.
playing cards are almost like a holdover of like that's
From
people
trading
who don't
card
know
days.
that is originally
might only be
before
also-
video games. Nintendo made
They
playing
might
cards.
also
That's
only
what
be
it
in
is.
the in Japan. They might only sell.
I'm
them.
thinking those are Japan only.
And there might be
things.
some sort of a special like I feel like this is like the idea of like we're gonna do this like this is what we're gonna do all the time. So that's weird.
Yep.
I guess
We'll
That
see
is
what
weird.
happens.
at the end of the article it talks about how Nintendo's lost like their profits went down 33% or something like that. Like like a large amount. Like
That's
they're
a
still
lot.
It's a
profitable.
public company.
They're
so-
still profitable. They still made money this last year, but
Not as
them,
much.
that big of a dip into your profits is a big deal.
Carter,
So,
wake up! Stop watching wrestling gifts.
Oh god!
Look at Nintendo. Look at what they're doing.
Is Nintendo making a wrestling game?
No, they're making a restaurant game. They're gonna make restaurants.
It's real life.
We were saying to Ethan, what if you got off work and you're like, I'm really hungry. I could sure go for a Mario burger right now, and you go over
Is
to
it
Club
got
Nintendo, which is now a
mushroom?
restaurant.
Has it got mushrooms?
It's got
on
mushrooms
it?
on it. Yeah. It's the Mushroom Kingdom
I
burger.
like it.
Is what
And
it's
then when you
called.
get your burger, you order your burger, you power up your burger with mushrooms.
Yeah.
It's a good gimmick.
Yeah. Can I get that with 1-ups, please? Yep.
Hold the Yoshi. Wait, what?
Ew.
Ew.
That's the egg. That's the egg.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they put the
fair
egg on
enough.
it.
Fair enough.
I want,
gonna say,
I want some
Yoshi.
shy
That's
fries.
all the news. Sorry it took so long, but that last one was important. I had to talk about Nintendo restaurants.
Yep. You did.
Nintendons.
Mario's.
It
They're just
sells
gonna
itself.
call it Mario's. And
Mario's.
every
Uh,
pizza place in
that's
New
actually
York will
really
go out of
good.
business.
Aw.
Because-
No, man. There's
Copyright
like 20
infringement.
Ray's pizzas.
Oh, you're right. You're
And
right.
Sonic will compete with them.
Waluigi's pinball, of course.
Chili
Wow.
dogs.
No, that's Sonic.
That's
You,
what he
you
said.
don't
That's what
don't
Ethan
post
said.
that. He'll come back on Twitter and he'll.
Then Sega do a Nintendo.
They make chili
They
dogs.
make
chili
dogs. All right, let's go in the trailer trash.
Yeah.
Or you can go to Sonic, the restaurant,
Gay.
and
Let's
get
go.
chili dogs.
Gay.
Trailer
Trailer
trash.
trash.
We're doing the accents.
Gator trash.
Oh
Deep
no!
Gator
All
trash.
right, yeah. All right.
Calm down.
Gator done,
All right.
McQueen.
All right, we're done. All right, again, we watched an Overwatch short, which shouldn't count.
Trailer for the upcoming game.
Back-to-back weeks. With
Look,
Hero.
Overwatch.
this trailer short was probably my least favorite.
It was fine. It was of the quality the other ones were.
I
but-
rewatched them all today, And although I really like Soldier 76, this is probably my least favorite one.
I think
It's
just
less
because
about the
there's not a
characters.
second character. It's just
There's
Soldier
nobody
76
for him to
being like,
bounce
I'm
off
doing
of.
stuff.
Well, and the other ones,
Okay.
the other ones kind of showed a
not
little
a
bit more of the
hero.
character. This one was just
And
like,
the world. This one's just like, I don't know, these guys like beating up robots.
Well,
Alright,
the
cool.
Tracer one also had a little bit of that too, of like this whole like this racism against robots.
Yeah,
which
that
will
was
never
more-
show up in the game.
But that
by the way.
actually like made a little
What do
bit
you mean?
more
Zenyatta's
sense.
a robot? Bastion's a robot?
Okay, so I watched the Tracer one recently with Widowmaker and Tracer. Was that Zenyatta getting shot in that?
No, it's
No.
a different guy.
Different robot
Okay.
monk man who was
He
like
was
the
like-
iris protects you.
He was like Martin Luther
we
King.
couldn't figure it out.
He was like Martin Luther King.
wow,
of-
it's
of
topical.
robots.
It's topical.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Kind of was,
Yeah.
but he's like a monk version.
Yeah.
of-
Yeah, of Martin Luther King.
As opposed to a reverend.
Yeah, but like but he's like
Nice.
more Eastern. He's obviously more Eastern in his.
Religious.
He
leader.
was assembled in the East.
Nice.
This robot was made with wrenches, not chopsticks.
You're right.
That's
Anyway.
Anyways.
You've seen
yeah,
that? That's a
basically-
bumper sticker, right? You guys have seen that racist bumper sticker before.
No.
I actually haven't.
Okay,
So it just sounds
Okay,
like
so
you're
you
being
just
To
sound
me,
like
it
you're
just,
racist.
to
I'm
me,
being
it just
racist, okay.
sounded like.
let me be clear.
Yeah, I was like,
I
all right, man, I've never
apologize.
heard that from you. Okay.
No,
It's a whole new level of racism.
there's a stupid bumper sticker that I've only ever seen on stupid big trucks who drive around Southern California where you don't need a big truck. But
True.
it's basically it's got two chopsticks on it in like
Oh my
Chinese font, and it's like this truck was made with, or this I think it's truck. And this truck was made with wrenches, not chopsticks.
That is the most
That's pretty bad.
I'm
stupidly
serious.
racist.
Not
That's
wrenches,
thing.
not wrenches, but just in China, and I hate the Chinese.
Yeah. Again, that's the only reason I brought it up because I thought everyone had seen. I've seen it all over the place, so I thought
never
you'd-
seen that
Me
before.
either.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
That's bad.
That's bad.
But
Anyways.
yeah, this was still good, but it was probably the weakest.
I mean,
trailer.
the animation is superb.
Yeah.
Like a top quality.
It's a great story.
And, I mean, it
It was
shows
just- yeah.
that he's a hero. I mean,
No, he's not. Not
I mean,
anymore.
yeah, I forget, but he's great.
He's Batman.
But you are a hero.
All I can say
And
is
the
glow
girl
Not
has
everything.
the girl has a
Not yet.
Murloc change purse.
That's cool.
Because they just throw Murlocs.
They throw Murlocs in Overwatch.
Or there's that
everything.
one in the very intro trailer of Overwatch where he's playing Hearthstone. The
Oh
security
yeah,
guard, the security guard is playing Hearthstone while the fight is
See,
going on. in the
I just
background.
recently.
I mean, on all the
game,
in all the games, like all the arcade cabinets are Blizzard games, like Lost Vikings 3
there's
Nice.
and
there's a siege mode and it's like a Space Marines.
Yeah.
thing, you know.
Spice
Heroes of the
Marines.
something, and it's just.
All right, but anyway, moving on to the winner of Trailer Trash this week.
Oh.
Tokyo Mirage, hashtag FE.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Sessions,
Hashtag
hashtag
FE.
FE.
Was that the winner?
Jesus Christ! This game
Wait.
looks awesome.
Stay woke, everybody, because we're
Stay
gonna
woke.
walk you
This
through
is your friend DJ something obnoxious.
Yeah.
My girl Subasa.
My girl
Not
Tsubasa.
you want a
Keilbasa.
Sabasa.
And my bro Chigawada, or whatever his name was.
Let's not forget Kawaii Mr. Sasuke.
And then but you're gonna need your dude, Mr. Dogoboya, to help you out.
That was the weirdest trailer
So
I've ever
this
seen.
is
Well, I
we
feel like
fought-
that was like a
we-
Nintendo Treehouse like stream. They just cut
Yeah.
a portion of it out where he was just describing what was
So
going on
we
in the game.
surmised. Well, no, because they said that there was gonna be another one. That's
No, I
gonna
know.
describe this.
I know, but that's how it felt.
Yeah.
Like when I looked up other trailers for Nintendo stuff in the past, like Pocket Card Jockeys, for
Mhm.
instance. It was from a Nintendo Treehouse
Oh.
stream. They just cut it out and like this is the trailer now, and that's what that felt like. It was like
It
here's a
could
guy talking
possibly
about
be.
the game,
Right.
like
So this is the Shin Megami
my girl
Tensei
Tsubasa.
Cross
Fire
Fire
Emblem.
Emblem game, and
Yes.
it looks
Crazy.
way
Insane.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Like-
Like,
Although with some Fire
silliness.
Emblem characters in it or something like that.
Like
Yeah,
just
something like that.
like they use mechanics like the kind of the rock paper scissors mechanic of Fire Emblem.
Right.
The people are wearing Fire Emblem-esque like armor
Clothing.
with swords and
You've got
stuff
session
like that.
moves. You need SP. You need to get your level up with this character,
Okay,
and then you need
What
to
was the name? It wasn't Personas. It was.
Performas.
Performa.
Your Performa.
Performas.
Performa 5 Golden.
What a
Yeah,
craziness.
this game
I mean,
looks.
Shin Megami Tensei is Persona.
Yes, I know
Okay,
that.
just making
This
sure you knew you
game
were right.
looks.
I am well
great.
aware.
Okay, I thought you were.
I think this game looks. Great.
It looks pretty crazy.
It's.
It is Japanese.
But also, Persona
as
5 is coming
F.
out soon, and I feel like if I'm gonna muster myself for one JRPG,
It's Persona
it's
5.
Persona.
gonna be
Yeah.
Persona 5. But this game, I agree with you. This
wanna
game
play this
looks
though.
insane. and
But like
crazy
in,
and the
and
fun
again,
and
all
good.
the all the
So you
good
play,
like
so
Persona.
let's actually
type.
explain the game. You play as
Quickly.
like a group of pop divas in
Yes.
Japan, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, evil
And
demons
they're
are
gonna
stealing
suck
talent.
out the artistic talent right
It was like-
out of you,
it was like-
man.
it was like
Not cool.
inspiration
Not
Just
cool.
make sure you
It felt
stay
like
woke.
Sonic was narrating.
Make sure you just stay woke.
Make sure you go to the planet that's as cool and blue as me.
Man, that's yep.
Yeah, agreed.
My girl Tsubasa.
Subasa.
And my girl Tsubasa.
Yeah,
And
so
then
it's,
Amber was like, "My girl is like a sausage. My girl Keilbasa."
that's what it sounded
Because
like.
we went back because there's like a 5-minute trailer and we were like, "What was that girl's name? My girl what? My girl Keilbasa."
Tsubasa.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no. The gameplay mechanics look very Persona.
Yeah,
and
they basically take a lot of stuff from Persona, but like switch them like per forma, and it
Yeah.
wasn't shadows.
I
It was,
dig the
something
theme.
What
else.
were they called? Yeah, what were they called? Mirages. They were mirages.
Yeah, they're
just
mirages.
tense Tokyo Mirage.
And
sessions.
so then but then also the company, like the secret the recording company is probably in on it or something
they
mysterious is
could
going
be.
on.
Who knows? Find out, my ninjas.
Yeah.
You
Did he
really
say
did?
that?
No.
No,
it just sounds like something he
That
would
sounds
say.
like he would have said it. It's a pretty
Didn't
ridiculous.
I say
whole
something
thing.
like that?
I
can't
don't
remember what I
know.
said.
But regardless, I want to play it.
It looks
looks
pretty
cool.
ridiculous.
Is
If
this
you
our
like-
chance to play
Aha, is
Persona
this our chance?
and Fire Emblem at the same time?
Maybe. Find out. Make sure.
Anime.
And we're going to be
And all-
dropping truth
And
bombs
I-
on
yes,
you,
he
my
did say that,
homies.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that after 5 minutes of this trailer, they explained almost everything, and I didn't understand. Like, it's just
Yeah, I
images
understood
going,
everything.
Going in and
images
out.
and things,
Gameplay
and,
mechanics,
and, like, anime
gameplay
ladies,
terms
And
coming
then there's a
in and
freaking
out.
anime ad for like a
Oh,
for like
Amarita
a,
soda,
for like
Yeah.
a
which
fake,
is totally a
for a
Shimigami
fake
like
soda from the Shimigami
Yeah.
Tensei
Which I'm pretty
universe.
sure Rize was promoting.
Yes, I
in-
think
in
so.
Persona 4.
But it just-
I want to see a Juness. Where's a Juness?
But it's just like what is going on? What is going on?
At your Juness.
Every day's great.
your-
Your trueness.
Okay.
Ethan
Next
is not
trailer.
amused.
This game looked tight.
It's too
He
too
was-
anime.
He was
for
more
him.
interested in the next trailer.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
because the
this
next trailer pops up,
Yeah.
and the first
about
thing you
2
see
seconds in.
is butt.
a
A
butt.
lady's butt.
Sexy
cool.
A
butt.
sexy lady's
Of course,
butt.
a lady's butt. If it was a guy's butt, it'd be gay.
Gay.
Yeah, it'd be
Going
super
gay. Oh my gosh, this game's so super cool. It's not gay at all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This game's like that Mad
It's made
Max.
in Russia. There's no
game.
gays allowed.
There were all those ladies in that movie. I think that's what it was about. I don't know.
So more ladies.
This lady is wearing
This
leather.
is called Vigor Roads, by the
This,
way.
this lady is wearing leather that's so painted onto her skin it goes all the way into her butt. Like it's like it.
That
is-
looks uncomfortable.
Like it literally.
Speaking as a lady.
It literally does. It goes into her butt.
In the butt.
It's like painted on leather.
But yeah, this game is basically like it's Mad Max meets like it says it's an MMO.
It just wanted to, it was like, do you like a thing? It's in this game.
Well, I mean,
It's got
to
guns.
be fair, the
it's
theme
got
is
cars.
very much Mad Max.
but like with zombies,
But with, like,
and
zombie aliens.
Oh, I know, but I mean the
like-
base theme is Mad
Yes,
Max, and then they threw
yes.
everything
And
else
then
on it. Like,
butts. They showed the butt several
So
times.
they
basically,
really
yeah,
like
it
showing that
looks
one
like
lady's
you-
butt. Never saw her face.
It
Nope.
looks.
That's
all
all
you
that. What?
need.
Yeah. What's the important part? Butt or face? I think we know the answer to that question.
Butterface.
Butt or face.
But anyway,
Face or butt?
yeah. So it looks like this game is angling to be an MMO.
It's angling to be
where,
a butt.
where you-
It's angling down.
where you basically have like a cool Mad Max car with guns on it, and you drive
and,
it
you,
around.
and it's MMO,
in
and you
an
can
MMO.
shoot other players and destruction
I
physics.
think that's what it is
Destruction
because you know
physics.
what? This isn't actually
Madness.
a game yet.
it just, yeah. And then at the very end, Kickstarter.
Support
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
We've been duped.
We've been duped. This is not a trailer for a real thing.
Yeah.
It looked like
It was
Unreal,
gearing
it was
for
Unreal Engine
12-year-olds.
4.
This isn't real.
yeah, it looked like
Yeah.
the target was 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be all right. Probably not.
It looked pretty dumb.
Good.
I mean,
And,
honestly, I like the idea of an MMO Mad Max game. That
Yeah,
sounds cool,
but
but
not this.
And it's like in
Yeah.
a jungle, not a desert. That was the difference.
Wait,
That
there's a
was-
desert?
There were multiple biomes.
but there was like, oh yeah.
and you gotta collect vigor. That's
You
why
got-
it's
you
called
gotta-
Vigor Roads.
not Fury Road. Don't get it confused.
You don't collect fury.
Unless you collect that little bobblehead that looks like
gotta
Morton
collect-
Joe.
You
Yeah,
gotta
it
collect.
totally
You
looks
gotta
like a
collect
Morton
the.
Joe.
You gotta collect the butts. Collect
Do
all the
it.
butts.
Get all the buttons.
It's like The
Back
Witcher
in.
1.
Them
It's like The
bootios.
Witcher 1. You have sex with a lady, and then you get a trading card with that lady, and she's naked. And it's like,
That's so weird
yeah.
because I feel like the other two games of that, although like Geralt has a lot of sex with a lot of ladies, he's like the anti-Kratos in that he actually has a more of a personality.
Certainly him
and the
personally.
girls have personality and actual
Yeah,
character.
but
and
the
stuff.
game is so pretty frivolous. With like the very first thing in Witcher 2 is like you
Hey,
wake up and
man.
there's like a lady like I've got boobs.
He's a
I'm
guy
yeah,
who likes
the
to
third
have
one
sex,
was like that
though.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Third one's
He's
like,
a guy
lady.
who likes to have sex. Is that so wrong?
Yes.
I mean, is he a guy?
Where's the game with the girl that likes to have sex? There's not.
That
she
whoa,
would be
she would
a
be
slut.
she would be a slut if she
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
that.
right.
Like whoa.
Whoa.
I was
that
gonna
would not
say,
be
is that
cool.
Bayonetta? But she doesn't really have
She's
sex
not
with
sex-
anybody.
she's
just very sexual.
very
She's
sexy.
very
She's like,
sexual.
she's too good for that. She's like,
Bust
nah.
your
I guess
crap
that's
in
probably
your
why people.
ass.
I mean, some people think that that's a kind of like a feminist, that's
Bust a
feminist is probably the wrong
cap
word,
in
but that
your
she's like
ass.
female empowerment or whatever.
Yeah.
In
I haven't
your
played the game, so this is the
ass.
reason I'm saying some people, not because I'm deriding it because I don't know. I haven't played it.
Bust a cap.
There's a good point though. There aren't many. Well,
Nope.
we're just lucky to have female protagonists at all.
Yeah.
I guess Commander Shepard if you make her a girl.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
you-
that's true.
then yeah.
Laura Croft.
She doesn't have sex with anyone.
But she's
though.
not
That's
like
true.
sexually confident. Like
No.
girls aren't allowed to be sexually like.
I have a
active.
different partner in every Mass Effect
It's
game.
it's because it's a fine line. It's
Again,
either
yeah.
it's either
but,
you're
like,
it's
But you have to make
gratuitous.
that.
also the man Commander Shepard's on the box of all the games, except for the third one.
Where you could flip it inside out.
Yeah, but he's on the box.
Yeah,
but then if
he's
you
on
really
the one that they
wanted to,
sell.
fine, you can have a girl on the box. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying it's just a fine line between like making it over gratuitous that people are like this is over sexualized or making it female empowerment and then guys don't like that apparently. Says the internet.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Listen,
Anyways.
my husband hits right bad. Kratos, just stop.
We watched Dino Denny's kickoff revival.
Oh, that's right.
You ready for some cracking shots?
The footy.
Well, footy, huh?
Whoa.
How about your team?
That's good.
He is ready for the
It's
football.
fine.
Are you
Mario.
watching
Listen,
Mario?
it looks like it's put it in his own net. That own goal's gonna send home. They're gonna be relegated. They are. I don't know. This is a 2D top-down soccer
classic
game.
revival.
Yeah,
as the name implies.
I've never heard this game
Of
before.
perhaps
but-
Dino Denny's is the original name of the game.
Possibly.
For a while, I was like, "Oh, it's sensible soccer, right?" That's what they're getting because they actually showed whatever the game is, the classic game.
Yeah, and then they
I'm-
showed.
and then they showed
update.
the actual game itself, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe it is just called Dino." The old game was called Dino Denny's.
Maybe that's
Soccer
what it
Football.
was called in.
like
Maybe it
England.
was called in Europe because I think it's Dino Denny's. Is it football revival or is it was
Just called Kickoff.
oh
Revival.
kickoff revival? See, because they don't call it soccer over there.
Dino
No, they
Denny's
don't.
So
Soccer.
maybe
Dino Denny's Soccer. I found it
Ooh,
from
we
Sega
found
Mega Drive.
Nice.
Dino
Ooh.
Denny is a game developer, by the way.
oh.
Um,
So that's what it's called, Dino Diddy Soccer.
the true sequel to Kickoff 2.
Kickoff was the name of the original game then.
Yeah.
And he probably left from
Interesting.
that original team and then went and made this.
Probably.
Dino Denny, guys. Dino Denny.
Oh, it's Dino Diddy
Anyway,
himself.
this looks like a really fun 2D
Little
soccer
arcade,
game.
yeah, a little soccer game. It showed a box copy at the end, and I
That
couldn't tell if
was
it's like, is
weird.
it, wait, is this an actual box retail released, or is this just like they're just showing
Why
that?
else would
You
you,
know
show
what?
a box?
They
though?
might.
I know,
It
right?
probably is.
It's PS4, by the way. This
and
game's for PS4.
And again, it might be really like that. Might just be widely released in Europe. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I
Just
mean,
because-
it also just feels like it looks fun, but $60
I don't know how
sounds like a
how
lot of
much
money if
there
that's how
is.
much. They're gonna,
Hopefully
like,
not. This looks like a $20 game at
If
most.
that, yeah. Like
At
a,
most.
the
I don't
most-
know. I don't know how deep like the actual
Maybe Down
game
Denny's is a
goes.
real deep game.
maybe, but it looked fun.
It's really into that soccer.
It looked fun. What
second,
else? we
second to
watched?
last, penultimate Night in the Woods. Amber requested this one.
Yes.
It's a game that she's been looking at a lot recently.
Yes.
After she's done with Stardew Valley, this is
Yeah,
a
this
game
is
that
gonna
she
be the
only
next thing.
plays forever and nothing else.
Doesn't come out till the fall though.
Plenty of time to suck all the life out of Stardew Valley.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Amber is like a vampire. She just clings on to the game and just drains it of
What?
all the things.
What? You have no proof.
It's the frugal way to do it.
Yeah. See, I'm saving money.
Yeah.
You're
It's-
welcome.
Except for it's my money. I'm buying the games already anyway.
Hey,
It's true.
Well, it's our money.
and,
our
and
money.
you need it now. JG Wentworth.
Anyway,
So night.
cash
in the
for
woods.
gold. Cash for gold. Night in the Woods. Is a
It looked
game-
like a cute Firewatch type. Not
So-
Firewatch. Adventure game?
I know a little bit more about this game. I've heard about it. You play as this
Should read a lot
cat
about it.
named May, who comes back from college, and you're like kind of in this small town. So it's
Cat college.
cat college. No,
Well, animal college, because there's different animals.
all the
It's not
characters are
racist college,
different.
they
It's
only allow
good that they're
cats.
integrated.
Yeah.
all the characters are different animals.
It's
like,
historically cat college, but they, they
Tell us more.
what else? Yeah, you go back home and like you like reconnect with your friends, kind of thing.
you
But
have to
it's
deal with like 20-something-year-old drama
yeah.
and like I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah, but
like-
I think there's like it kind of has an Oxenfree vibe where it's like it's about these characters, but I think there's like a slight supernatural kind of thing.
Spookiness.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing is most of this trailer looked like the cat doing very kind of like
mundane stuff.
yeah, but like very like very quirky, but like there's a point where she's hitting fluorescent light
Lights.
bulbs
Oh,
with
yeah.
a baseball bat.
Like,
And I'm like, that seems
her
like a-
friend is like throwing them up in
Yeah,
the air
that
and,
seems like a thing that would be like in a movie where it's like this is what the kids do. They do dumb stuff like this. But then they go like she actually goes into the woods and then some weird stuff happens and then the trailer ends and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what's more of that? Like what's going on with
Yeah,
this stuff?
I think the developers left it pretty vague. Like they talked about the kind of the setup, but I think they're intentionally leaving whatever else is going to happen vague. So, but I don't know. I got you kind of mentioned Firewatch too. I kind of thought of an Oxenfree vibe of like it's character focused, but there's like more stuff going on than just
and
like
it's kind of cute looking, but it's also covering adult. I think it covers some adult things.
I think so. So
Adult things.
Adult things, like taxes and
breaking fluorescent light bulbs
yeah,
all the time.
Home
and
improvement.
mortgages. Everything every time I think of like adult and someone says like adult content or like adult things or something like that, I just think of that there's a Calvin and Hobbes thing where they're like looking like him and Hobbes looking at a movie. Poster's like says it's rated R for adult content. What does that mean? And he's like probably like mortgages and taxes. Like, why do adults even go to the movies?
That's pretty good. Last trailer.
Oh.
Ethan.
Maze. The movie about they came about the corn.
The Children of the Corn.
I don't know. Like I saw a picture of it and it was talking about this trailer and everyone's like, this game looks cool. And I was like, all right, I can't wait to
And
see this
so-
trailer. And I watched it and it's just like, hey, it's
Crow-
a-
It's a
Crow
crow.
flies
It's
down.
a three-eyed raven. It's a two-eyed crow.
and it comes down as like,
I'm gonna eat some corn, and
And
then
it-
that corn is like, I'm a corn person. Stop eating me. And then
he
I
shoos-
look
he
at the
shoos
camera.
He shoos the bird away, and then he's like,
I look at the camera, and then I walk off screen as if like you're not supposed to see me.
And like
The
a
end.
And that's the-
poorly animated 3D.
really? I like the way it
Oh,
looked.
no,
I
I
actually
like the
really
way it
liked
looked. No, I thought
I didn't.
I liked
That's
it. It
just
had a
me.
good style.
It looked. It looked like. I was like, okay, that's a cool. It's a corn person. What's gonna happen now? And it's like, I'm gonna
Nothing.
leave,
It's
I'm gonna leave the frame,
maze.
And
and that's the
logo.
end of the trailer. It's just,
I was expecting more, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Next time.
But
get a
anyway,
better
it looked
trailer.
cool. The graphics look cool. Anyway, I thought. But we'll see.
the logo looked cool. Amber
I
appreciated.
did like the logo. I will give it that. But that was about
That's,
it.
It
But
literally
that's
tells
all.
you nothing about
That's
it,
anything.
that's all.
About what
I
this
assume
game
there's
is.
gonna be like
A
mazes
re- a re-
involved.
No, I'm sure there'll be a revealed, like a more in-depth trailer. It's like
I
an
hear it's like a
announcement trailer.
story type game. So we'll see.
Okay, that could be interesting.
Oh, one of those, huh?
Yeah, we don't talk. We need one of those.
The
so we can
maze
have-
will remember that, huh?
Yeah, the maze. Remember that.
Gone home, huh?
Walking simulators, huh?
Yep.
Indie games, huh?
Yep.
If only they had more corn.
What's
butts.
the winner, guys?
Ethics in journalism, huh?
All
All right, guys, that's the trailer trash. We all know what the
What's-
winner is. Ricardo and I know what the winner is.
Yes.
It's Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Hashtag
FE.
FE. The
I
game
didn't
looks
get as
tight.
into that
It's,
trailer as you
it's
guys
Tokyo
did.
Mirage.
I was gonna say no, I wasn't in that trailer, but they did say stay woke. So I was
Stay
like,
woke.
so I was like, all
But
right.
Night in the Woods has like a cool
Your
cat.
girl
Night-
Subasa.
It does have your girl
Your
Sabasa.
girl, it's got your girl Subasa.
Night in the Woods is probably
got
something
your
I would actually
ninja.
play.
Yeah, exactly.
Performers.
See,
It's got your performers.
it was all artsy and Indian, like.
But
look
they
at
don't
us.
say stay woke.
Doesn't
That's
get more.
true.
Doesn't get more indie than Stay Woke. Only the,
I've
only
got
the-
some.
only
I've
the
got some high.
independent.
I've got some high key deets on the
And-
combat system
and
in
Truth
Tokyo
Bomb?
Mirage.
Truth bomb.
Sessions.
It's like a conversation I had a week ago. Truth bombs and staying woke.
It's deep, man.
It's another conversation
Listen,
Saturday
fam.
night.
Listen, fam. You're gonna want to listen. You're gonna want to play this
can't,
game.
You know, the funny thing is, I can't tell anymore what things
Look,
are actually what
I'm
quotes
gonna
he's
pick that
actually
one.
quoting from the dialogue and what things he's just making
I'm gonna
up.
pick that one because it's trailer, and that is a great trailer. Because
It was
if it
dumb.
was dumb, like if it did not have those dumb quotes, I would have been like, this is just some
Anime.
garbage.
garbage.
I would say it was very memorable because of its
Yeah.
chaotic stupidness.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm cool with that.
Ricardo, stop looking at wrestling gifs.
Sorry.
You can pick something else. It's okay.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, you can pick
It,
something
it,
else.
it doesn't. It's not like it's
No,
not like
it's
we all have to agree
cool.
on one
At
thing.
this point, her vote doesn't count. You know, man. It's
Listen.
like when you get. It's like when the
She's a
primaries come all the
woman.
way to California,
Listen,
and it
man,
doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
It
You
never
know?
mattered anyway.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
the
he's
secret.
right.
That's the secret.
Let's
On
get out and vote.
All right.
On that note,
On that bombshell, it's time to end
Thanks,
this
Top
episode
Gear.
of Top
A
Gear.
truth bomb.
On that truth bomb, stay woke, kids.
Listen, my tweeps. You can go on to twitter.com @pixel_legends and follow us there. Or if you're surfing the net, go to pixellegends.com. That's with one L, because you knew we like to keep it fresh and minimalist over at Pixel Legends. You can find all of our podcast and video content there. Or if you're into that social media stuff, you can head over to Facebook and follow us on there. We're updating weekly, so stay tuned.
And be sure, if you want to catch the weekly downloads, to subscribe to the Pixel Legends podcast, known as the Pixel Podcast on iTunes. That's right. If you
It'll come directly to your application store.
you memesters and hipsters all know what to do, right?
Update your tumblers every single time that the Pixel Legends podcast hits your town.
And repin it. You know you want to repin it.
That's it for now. This is your boy, DJ Rico, signing off right now tonight.
It's gonna be lit.